Well, hello everybody. Welcome to the show today. Very happy to have you all here with us. And hopefully you've had yourself a very, very good weekend. And of course, it is Father's Day here, your Sunday. Of course, for me, it's on Monday, which is my birthday. So, I've always had that kind of combination going on. And it certainly went and enjoyed a couple of meals with the family and also went out well, today I'll have my cake, which is very important, as we all know. I only get, I love red velvet cake, and I only get that once a year. And so my wife has already made it, and I will be able to have it later. Let me go over here and hit that like and share, and hopefully you guys will do the same. And yeah, Twitter is weird, dude. All right. But beyond that, let me go and hit this as well. All righty. Excellent. So it's all working really well. Then, of course, I also have this right here. And there we go. A little bit of Father's Day love. Fathers don't really get a lot of the love, and mothers always do, and that's fine. Men don't really have a problem with that. That's kind of normal. Mom's the important one in that situation. But it is nice to give a little bit of love to the dad. And I know many fathers have gone and gotten themselves new ties because that's what we get. When I was a kid, that's what I bought my dad. So, are you any different? Probably not. But nevertheless, I actually went and bought two new ties myself. So, there you go. I even did it to myself. Great. Nevertheless, we are going to getting into various things today, mainly what's going on with movies and how things are panning out and what might be coming in the future. Looking at that, take a look at some trailer stuff as well, and also talking about a few other things. I guess since I have to wait a little bit for the other guys to come in here today, I'll take this opportunity to do my geopolitical roundup that I tend to do every week, and just do it like that. Taiwan actually has made quite a few moves to try to out themselves completely from China. And if they got a little bit of support in the UN, it would make a big move for them. But of course, the UN has failed for decades now to acknowledge Taiwan as the individual country that they are. And but there has been some movement for that, and we'll see if that gets anywhere. But neither here nor there. The Taiwanese are killing it. They're doing really well. Their economy is banging, and they're loving life. It's a wonderful place. If you've never been to Taiwan, go. You'll enjoy it. And there are different areas to go. It's not just Taipei. You got Taichung in the southwest and the southeast. Forget the name of that city, but that's a nice little place too. The food's great. A lot of good shopping. Lots of entertaining things to do because Taiwan is kind of more. They're real Chinese as far as culturally, whereas the mainland China burned and destroyed all those, and they're trying to recreate it with fake stuff. That's what the CCP does now. But Taiwan never lost it, of course. But the way I describe them really is they're the artistic Chinese. They love theater, they love music, they love art. They're just kind of it's kind of like Germany and Austria, right? The Germans are very pedantic and very productive, and the Austrians are more like a waltz, which makes sense if you understand what the history. Nevertheless, but Taiwan's a great place. You haven't been there, go try it out. China is in the same mire it's been in. It's having a lot of financial troubles. It has a lot of unrest from the people, and I don't know if that'll come to more, but because this has been going on for quite a while. But they're not in a great spot, and they have a lot of economic turmoils they're trying to get over. But they're not in the forefront of conversation, and normally China doesn't like that. If you're not talking about or thinking about China, they don't like that. They want to be in the news all the time. But right now, I think they're probably happy that they're not in there's no limelight upon them. And of course, that's because all the limelight has gone over is in Iran, which is interesting because it is distracting from a lot of other things that are going on in the world. The Iran situation is a nothing. That thing was done the first 4 days, and it's been nothing since then of just Trump and his people, kind of drawing this out because they know the IRGC will never make a deal, and even if they do, they won't keep it. Do keep in mind the Quran tells them that they can lie to attain their goals. This is one of the big problems with Islamists, especially the martyr type, which is what you're dealing with the IRGC. Is that but really what they're doing is they're putting things in place. They're making deals with other Muslim countries, trying to get them all on the Abraham Accords. I think secretly, well, I don't know how secret it is, but I also think there's a little bit in there of them trying to kind of put just ridiculous amounts of pressure on Europe to get them to change their ways. And we are seeing some movement. Do keep in mind, it was just a few days ago that the European Union had a vote to start deporting all of these aliens that have come in and causing so much trouble. And of course, this does also come on the heels of the report of 250,000 young white girls being abused by, Arab and Black African types. And of course, the number is actually going to be much higher than that. That's just what they could account for initially. And of course, keep in mind that the British government, including Keir Starmer, who was the guy in charge of the policing enforcement at that time. That was his job. They're all really, really guilty. I mean, really guilty. And if this stain will never leave the British people, it won't. If you go into the future and you look, you'll find historical notes on this because it's such an outrageous number. We're looking at probably near 1 million girls abused while the government turned its eyes. And not only did they do that, they also decided to, when girls were making these accusations, they let the perpetrator go and then they filed charges against the girls for being racist. Yeah, uh-huh. That's been going on for years. Still going on, by the way. There needs to be a serious reckoning in Britain, a serious one. Of course, the other issue we have to deal with in regards to this is that you think those numbers are any better anywhere else in Europe? Of course they're not. But we don't have governments that are willing to look at it. None of them. The British government was forced, they had their hand forced. And there's going to be a lot of other things coming. But with this realization and them beginning at least to try to turn their ways toward, hey, we need to stop this, it's going to be some ugly news over the next 5, 10 years. I'm telling you. Some really evil, nasty things have been going on. Now, you guys know I'm a deist, right? I'm not particularly of any religion whatsoever. I also don't mind. You can go do what you want. There are plenty of wonderful Muslims in the world. I don't really have a trouble with Muslims, particularly it's Islam that I have a problem with. However, that term that a lot of religious people use that I tend not to, demonic, it's kind of hard not to use that, isn't it? It's kind of hard because that's what we're seeing. And it's not just in Europe, so also in America. Look at all the evil things going on in so many communities. The black community, particularly, has got a lot of demons running around it. A lot, if you want to use that terminology, but there's certainly a problem. And it's a good thing that we're starting to see a lot of people within the culture, other black people, preachers, and internet personalities and various things are starting to push back real strong against it. I remember years back we had a guy named Tommy Sotomayor, and he was pushing hard. And now we're starting to get a lot more voices like him, and it's good because this is not a problem that any outsider can fix. It's just like the problem with feminism and how evil and anti-female it is. The men can't fix that. Women have to, right? And there's a lot of communities that are like that that they need to have come to Jesus moment, as it were, and find within themselves some peace and start fixing the problem that they have caused. So it isn't like America is immune. Now we don't have anywhere near the same problems that they do, because we do enforce laws in most places in America. But Europe is on the brink, and I think we're starting to see some shifts, but you never know. You never know because these evil people, many of them, at least they're useful idiots, are true believers, boy. True believers. That number came out, Grimlock, and it was just such an outrageous number in Britain. It's just so insane. Seeing, especially knowing is 250,000 is the minimum. We know it's way higher, right? And you had people complaining, well, don't act like it was only the white, it was there was white people too. And for and it's like, are you out of your mind, you insane person? I don't care what color they are. I don't care what culture they are. I don't care where they're from. If you can commit a crime, you get dealt with. And, as a society, we need to sit back and look, okay, what's the root of the problem? Can we fix it? And in this case, it's very easy to see the root, seeing as
Well,
97% of it is coming from one place.
one of the problems that you just addressed is the people playing the whataboutism game,
Hmm.
and those people need to be taken out and beaten.
Well, there's a few people that, hypothetically should be beaten to death. Yes, there are some.
No, 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 not even hypothetically. I think I know people don't want to hear this. You're way past, and this is an unfortunate truth. You're way beyond the point of talking this out.
No, you're right. You're 100% right. Yeah. And this
And
is why, this is why these things happen, Grimlock.
for as much as we talk about, the founding fathers and that, the 250th anniversary of America and all,
Sure.
you have to remember those men pushed back way harder and over a shorter period of time than what has been allowed in my lifetime and your lifetime collectively.
That's true. It is true.
Within, and I mean, 200, what was it, 250,000 women over what it was supposed to be, what, period of 50 years?
Right. But most of it is within the past decade, right?
Yeah. But even still, that's a horrendous number.
And it's and especially knowing it's not even close to being the real number. It's wow, dude. Yes, it's
Well, it's
wild.
it's even more, it's even more horrendous when you look at the people who talk about believe women and protect women
Well, they
and
don't care
listen to
about women,
women
dude.
and all of these things, and you're sitting there playing whataboutism. And
That's true. And keep in mind, this
yeah,
number is about white girls. It's not including other things. It's looking particularly into that specific Rotterdam and well, it's all over the place. That specific issue. Those numbers are all white girls.
yeah,
Girls.
yeah. So for the people playing the whataboutism game, I would say, okay, you want to add any other girls and make it worse? Okay, you're not helping your argument with that kind of stupidity. But at this point, like I said, the founding. I know some people say it's me, but no.
No.
Take Piers Morgan. Take Piers Morgan outside. Whoop his ass. Don't kill him because in certain cases, killing people is letting them off easy.
Yeah.
Whoop his ass and then make him recover and whoop his ass again. And then go, hey, you said, you know, putting up with the current state of the UK is fine because you get to have curry. Well, good. We're gonna whoop your ass every time you get out the hospital. As soon as you get out the hospital, we're gonna whoop your ass, and we're gonna say, hey, this is for the curry.
And the funny thing about that,
Until you get tired of getting your ass whooped,
there are
we're
places
gonna
all
keep
over the
whooping you.
there's places all over the world that partake in foreign foods and don't have them overrunning their population, right?
Yeah, last I checked, Japan isn't raping white girls for curry.
No, they're not. They're not. I went and had really good dinner last night, which is nice, and I had the day before I had a good lunch, and I get cake today. Ooh,
And nobody got raped for that. Ain't that something?
nobody, nobody. Yeah. But then again, rape in Japan is extremely low. Matter of fact, it would be better if they were a little bit more rambunctious, to be fair. You know,
Rambunctious is one thing, an animal is another.
that's true. But yeah, this I don't know why, because a lot of the stuff I just sit and laugh at, and we talk about it, and you guys know here on the channel, I often try to play devil's advocate a little bit. I mean, it's I don't know if I ever actually believe in the devil's advocate aspect, but I feel it's kind of it's good to have both sides of the argument as best as I can give it. I'm not insane, so there's only a certain level I can do. However, this number, I'm just beyond it, dude. I'm just absolutely incensed, and I don't usually get mad at any of this nonsense.
Well,
I'm mad.
um, did you see Asmongold read the entire report?
No, but I'm not surprised. He's having a
Well,
bit of an epiphany, I think, as of late.
he was a man of his word, and I think Elon had a helping hand with that because Elon had boosted it by tweeting out that Asmin was going to read it, and I think him boosting it up. I'm going to go ahead and say it. I think that Elon Musk signal boosting Asmin for that,
Yeah,
even though Asmin, as big as he is, I don't kind of didn't need that. But I do think it's the only reason Twitch didn't strike him
right. Well, also think of this and with
because a
because
lot of people was genuinely surprised he did that. He didn't get struck.
now, especially because also with that, because do keep in mind, Asmongold has busted Elon's balls a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah, a lot. But Elon
but
is big
also,
enough man to say, no, 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 that's more important than my pettiness, right? Good on him for that.
which is what we do. To be frank, we'll bust each other's balls over petty shit, but
Of course we do. Yeah.
when something is when something is requires more seriousness and a start and a firm hand, we get the business.
No, that's true. That's 100% true. And no, I haven't seen it, but I read it myself. I understand the report, and
Well,
that's why I said this number you're looking at is nowhere near the total because I read the
yeah.
report,
Well,
right?
I, I
And don't read that report, by the way. It will make you mad, boy.
I listened to the
That
whole
Keir
thing.
Starmer,
Yeah,
no, that Keir Starmer guy needs to be dragged up on into the street, plain and simple.
well,
And not just him,
well, yeah.
but 100% he needs to be, as the British would say, hung from his petard. He
Yeah.
100%.
Well, I didn't read it, but I did listen because Asmin did go through the entire report.
Yeah, yeah.
I think he posted the entire report, um, all 8 hours of it.
Yeah, well, I can read quicker than listening to someone else. So I tend to do that with those kind of things.
It kind of helps when I'm at work and he's doing that. It kind of makes it easier.
Yeah, well, that's true. Audio, it depends on you're right. It depends on the situation. But if I want to read a large thing, if I want to understand a large thing, it's
Yeah.
better for me to read it. Because when I was in
Oh yeah,
university, they just, especially when you get into upper level stuff at university, your professors and council, all those people involved in the government of a university, they beat it into your head on how to read. And they teach us a certain way to read at university that basically you drop out all of the punctuations and all the little letters like if, not, and, yes, no. You just drop them all out. Just only read words because your subconscious is way ahead of you anyway. So they teach us how to read, to be able to read very quickly because the amount of content we need to get through, and therefore can you withhold that content is really what makes you, sink or swim, right? But
yeah.
because that was just drilled in us for years and years, right? You just kind of you never get rid of it. It's like riding a bike, I guess. So, most of you are lucky and didn't have to go through that.
But yeah, I agree. Keir Starmer. I'm gonna say it. He should get the Mussolini treatment, and it should end up with him being hung from Big Ben.
Yeah, it's so bad when you look at that report. We already knew, but when is brought to light and put right in your face, my God, dude, it's just how it's not only because keep in mind, a lot of people say, well, they keep wanting to use the word grooming. Understand that is a word of the left to reduce it. This is an evil attempt by the left to reduce what happened to these girls. It is not grooming. It is straight up exactly what you think it is. And it wasn't just that, they
Well,
also tortured these girls and did
well,
hideous, horrible things to these girls. Keep in mind,
well.
just keep in mind how many of these girls are going to be unstrung their entire life now, right? We could
Mhm.
be looking at a million women have mental issues, as if women don't have enough baggage as it is, right? I mean, and then the police response. It just is. It will make you irate. It'll make you irate. And the thing with it is, Grimlock, I don't understand how the British people aren't in full riot right now. I do not understand. How could you not be in full frickin' riot? I don't care what your politics are. I don't care what your religion is. None of that means anything in this case. You should be in full outrage in the streets, burning shit down. What the hell are
Because
you doing, Britain?
I know what it is. The government has successfully subdued them.
I guess so, but I guarantee you, dude. Now we know there's 350,000 or so girls missing that came in under Biden. The illegal immigrant shit. We know that, and I guarantee there's a lot of Americans that are pay attention and see what's happened because Holman and his gang they do find them from time to time. But I'm telling you, if something like that came out in any municipality in America, there would be freaking full on riots. And I don't talk about this lame little left wing libtard shit. I'm talking full on redneck with frickin' rifles, right? It would be bad. And rightfully fucking so, dude. Right? Rightfully fucking so. You say the British are beaten, and it's like, well, I don't know. I mean, because some people say leave it to
Okay,
them, they voted for it, but I don't know. Maybe Grimlock, what we need to do as America is send our military in and take over that country. Maybe that's what we need
I
to do.
mean, if you look at it now, granted, I'm way across the pond. I can't see what's going on at the ground level, and you're on the opposite end as well.
Oh yeah, I'm further than you probably.
But just from the outside looking in, right? You had to take away their guns. There was no pushback. Then they took away their knives. There was no pushback.
Yeah.
Everything the
Then their
government has
voice.
wanted to
Don't
do.
forget that. They took their voice.
Oh yeah, so it's effectively taking your voice. Now you can get arrested and do significant jail time for social media
Oh,
posts and things you say on.
what you and I just said right here, if we were in Britain, we'd be arrested within hours, I guarantee it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how do you look at these people and say the government has done the last thing the British people got and they didn't even truly get it was Brexit.
Well, the Tories
Everything.
wasted that. That's another group that needs a slap in the head.
But I'm saying that that's the last thing that you can remotely say
Yeah, you're right.
that the people pushed for and got. Everything else has been a loss for the people. You can't defend yourself. You can't you can't
Talk
you
about it.
can't even you can't even dissent at this point.
No, you can't. No dissent allowed.
And
You can't wear
but
your. You can't use your own flags. You can't sing your own anthems. Literally, they
yeah.
have their own. They're not allowed to sing their own frickin' anthems, dude.
So
It's full on tyranny.
and how do you look at these girls and I'm sure that these girls have brothers and uncles and cousins and fathers somewhere. I'm pretty sure that
Dude,
all of these girls are not orphans.
it would be
So how do
fucking
you
war, dude. It would be fucking
how
war.
do you how do you as a man this week this past Tuesday evening sitting at your home and you find out that a family member is in that report in any capacity because everything in that fucking report was horrifying.
It is horrifying,
How
dude.
do you how do you as a man sit there and go, well, I I I, I can't because I fear jail. At this point, what do you have left to fear? Because they've pretty much taken everything else from you. I mean, the only thing that they haven't done is tell you how much food you can eat on a daily basis, and they're
Oh,
probably going to get rid of it too.
they're already on that, dude. They are. Yeah. No,
So,
it's maddening. Yeah. But the sad thing about it, Grimlock, is this is coming out in Britain because it's been forced. But do you think that France, especially Germany, Italy, Greece, you think these countries don't have similar numbers, if not
oh
worse?
yes, well, I'm sure that you saw the story about the initial. And I'm glad that the people of Belfast at least decided to push back somewhat and tear shit up. But you saw the story about the special needs guy
Yeah, no,
who's
I saw
helping the
the
fucking.
Sudanese guy. Yeah, did that. Yeah.
Okay, so a similar story came out of Italy 2 days later, where a 44-year-old Italian woman was beheaded, and you
Oh
can
yeah.
take three guesses of where that person came from.
Oh sure. Oh yeah. France is
And
like a constant cacophony of this shit is happening everywhere, dude. Yeah. Yeah.
well, see, the thing is, Alan, I know everybody. We've joked about the America is coming thing, the world police thing, but at this point,
No, I think we should just go take Britain.
I mean, at this point, it's. I don't even think it's something you can say as a joke anymore because
Well,
it's like,
yeah, it's
how
different
far
than
do you let this go?
that's right, and it's different than other places. Let's be fair. That is, those are our grandfathers. It's different than other countries. We do have a not only a connection, but you could argue a responsibility, right? And it's just and we're talking about this. So you mentioned the Sudanese guy in Belfast, right, over in Ireland, right? But one thing that the media wasn't giving you was who this guy was. You see, he is a Sudanese terrorist. He worked for a terrorist group, went into Egypt, and then came into Britain via there. We know who this guy is. We know he worked for a terrorist organization, but yet Britain let him in anyway.
Mm-hmm.
What? What? Excuse me? I mean, it's just outrageous. It's so beyond the pale, dude. And this is not hyperbole. It is not. This would have this at maybe 15 years ago, you could make a fair argument of it being hyperbole, but not now. Not now. It's so bad. So many people are being harmed. And the simple fact of the matter is, not only do they need to drive all these people out of Europe and America, to be honest with you, all of them, there needs to be a reckoning. All of those politicians that were involved in that, Van der Leyen, and I mean all those other ones, Merkel, any one of them, they need to be taken up. They need to be put in the courts, and they need to be put in jail for the rest of their lives. That's what they need to do. Plain and simple. This is has resulted in extreme harm to their people, not just sexual assaults, murder, theft, cultural destruction, destruction of religious places, just full on terror attack has been going on for over a decade. Over a decade. This has caused extreme harm. Someone needs to be held responsible and they have to get these people out. Like I said just a few days ago, the EU did vote. The EU, of all places, did vote to start deportations. Right now, how will that plan out? It'll be slow, and there'll be a lot of arguments, and they'll try to use the legal system. Of course, they will. But at least it's an acknowledgement, right? And I just think maybe America needs to lead the way. Trump has been battering them about the head and shoulders, trying to say, dude, you need to wake up. You need to wake up. That's what he's been doing with the Europeans. He's trying to teach them a lesson. Now, I don't really give a shit whether you like Trump or not. It's irrelevant. The simple fact of the matter is you need Trump right now. That's what we need. We need the wild, crazy motherfucker who's going to go out there and threaten ambassadors during a diplomatic meeting. That's who you need right now. That's exactly what you need. We can take the nice, kind, sweet JD Vance later. Right now, we need Trump to be swinging that damn hammer. And you should be blessed that we have him, right? Because that guy does not play games. He doesn't give a shit. Now I know he's all about money, 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 money. I get it. I get it. But along that route, it is hammering home general morality as well. So, I don't know. I could talk on this all day and just repeat the same thing and be continually pissed. But,
Well,
you know,
I was going to ask you because you touched on it before I came in, because I know how stupid Americans are in general about it.
oh, sure.
What is the perception of the Iran negotiations from that side of the world?
Well, anything Trump does is bad, of course. So there's that. But mainly the Japanese were a little upset because they're not having oil trouble. Because Trump made that deal with them before any of this started intentionally, right? He went around to our real allies and made sure to secure their oil, right? So Japan actually, my oil costs have been going down during this whole Iran process. My gas prices have been dropping the entire time, right? However,
Mm-hmm.
the what we given them, the deal we're giving them is for, crude, and the Japanese, of course, unlike a lot of dumbass countries in the world, actually built refineries all over the country. So, they could refine. You would not, dude, if I gave you a list of the countries who do not have refineries, it would shock you because a lot of them are countries that are actually selling oil.
Which
That's
is
how
stupid.
stupid they are, right? But anyway, he made that deal with Japan. But one of the things that wasn't part of it was NAFTA. Now, NAFTA is a byproduct of the whole process, right, of oil, and it's what
Mm-hmm.
we use to make plastic things. So they have had a bit of a shortage on that, and they're panicking, as the Japanese do, because Japanese just panic. But we are getting things out. I actually have several people who I know, and actual students, not just people I work with, but students, because I have that new job. But actual students of mine who own large shipping companies, and they actually do bring oil from the Middle East to Japan, right? I
Hmm.
literally have students that are involved in this. And what they have done is they responded immediately to what Trump said is like, hey, you can wait over there, or you come over here, America, and we'll sell it to you real cheap. And that's what they did. So the problem is probably already solved itself, especially seeing as during this whole noise and this theater that they got going in Iran, actually Trump was, well, the American military was letting oil flow out pretty. It just he was choosing what countries they were going to, right? But there was plenty. Oil has been moving actually, and of course, American has stolen a lot of that oil. Which it is interesting how bold Trump is, right? We took it, yeah. Venezuela, we took it. Iran, we took it. It's the secret's out. Yeah, we took it, and we're going to surprise you later with it. It is like, all right, Trump, you, dude. Because it is a bit
Well,
vulgar, right?
because one of the things that I've heard a lot, and I've seen people say this, is that he's ending up copying what Obama did with the Iran deal, and I see a lot of people
Are you
talking shit, and I'm like, you
are you
guys,
stupid?
you realize that's not the win y'all think it is.
No, and it
The
isn't going to
Obama
happen anyway.
deal was the Obama deal was horrendous, and it gave birth to ISIS, Hezbollah, and Hamas. How the
Yeah,
fuck
no,
do
no,
you
no,
think
no. No, that if you're
any?
thinking that, you're an absolute moron. All right, let me explain to you what Trump's doing. I guess I have to spell it out. I thought it was pretty obvious. Um, this is
No,
a
because I'm saying if you was here,
yeah.
I've seen people actually unironically say this shit. I'm seeing because, like I said, the amount of propaganda against Trump, hopefully in my lifetime, will one day be studied. There will be a history course, and I will actually re-enroll into universities to fucking be a part of that because
to
I
study that. Yeah.
because I want I want to see all
Um.
the people who come out lying 50 years later.
Right.
That's not how it was. Or like, oh motherfucker, I was there. That's exactly how it was.
Oh, they lie all the time. It doesn't take very long for lies to begin. But no, if I was in America, Grimlock, I'd certainly be in jail. Yeah. No, definitely. But it's better that I'm here, and my family agrees. Nevertheless, I'll explain what he's doing. All right. This war was over on the
Later,
fourth day. Okay.
yeah,
We never put a boots on the ground. Now I'm sure there's black ops doing shit, but they're all over the world doing shit, right? But we didn't put any boots
yeah,
on the ground. That war was done in 4 days. 4 days, right? Everything since then has been theater. What this is a delaying action, and the delaying action is doing several things. That's why they keep giving ceasefires, by the way, and I'll explain it. All right. One, they have been absconding with a lot of oil during that process. They are letting ships are getting out constantly. They're just only going to the countries that Trump likes, right? So that is happening. But really, what is actually happening? You see, you understand while that ceasefire is going on, and we're not. I mean, we'll respond to any kind of hostility they send, sure. But that's what we're doing is we're letting two things happen. One, their economy is absolutely tanking in extreme ways. Keep in mind, a lot of their military people that are still around haven't been paid in quite a while, right? So allowing these
yeah,
ceasefires to continue just keeps squeezing their economy more and more and more and more. Okay, and that's a very important thing. Another thing that this holding action is doing, understand all these little meetings in Switzerland or conversation with the Pakistani mean nothing. They mean nothing. They're never going to accept the deal. We all know this. What they're doing is letting the economy crumble, one, and two, letting the infighting continue. Because here's the thing, the IRGC is far from unified right now because what did the Americans do? We killed all the leaders of different sectors. If you go look back at the list of people we specifically killed, it was like 15, 1600 of them, right? Leadership, right? Go look what they're in charge of. They're not all from the infantry. They're from different groups all over. The Americans very intentionally killed the people they wanted to kill. And what it did was created chaos. And now you have a dozen factions in the IRGC that are fighting for power, right? And you'll have one side say, "Oh, let's make a deal. Let's go talk to the Americans," even though we know it's bullshit. Others like, "No, we will never make a deal. We will fight to the death because we are so much better." Dude, the infighting is absolutely insane. They are completely crumbling, right? And now there's going to come a point where Pahlavi is going to give word, and the Iranian people are going to stand up, and it's going to get bloody, bloody, real bloody, right? Because I'm sure the Americans know where everyone we need to know is at any time. We're good at that, right? But you know who knows better than us? The people who live there.
yep,
95% of the people in Iran are not supporters of the IRGC. And there's going to be a moment when Trump, it's probably going to be Trump or maybe some general somewhere. He decided, all right, well, they're weak enough, things are chaotic enough, go. And Reza is going to do a thing. He's going to talk to the people. He's going to give word to what they call amongst themselves the immortal guard. Is what they call themselves, right? And they're going to rise up. We've been arming them. There has been arming going on. Now, a lot of it's being pointed at other Arabic countries giving weapons, but let's be honest, right? However, when that goes, it's going to get bloody. Now, they'll either be successful or not, right? Who knows?
yeah.
But everything that's going on, all this stuff with these negotiations is complete bullshit. This is just theater. This is all about crumbling the economy, causing infighting, and stealing oil, which Trump loves to do. His favorite thing seems to be steal people's oil, right? Just it is what it is. That's what's happening. And if you can't see
I
which is so plain in front of you, then maybe you need to back up and not have an opinion. Maybe you need to do a little
I
bit of study, right?
I love that Trump. Everybody talks about he's such a liar. He's such a this. And then when they expect him to lie, Trump's like, yeah, I did that. Yeah, we
Yep, yep.
we wasn't
Secret
going to make
talk.
a big deal about it, but yeah, we did that.
I was going to save it as a surprise for you later. Oh, Trumpy boy. Trumpy. I mean, it is vulgar, and I understand a lot of Americans, kind of being off put by it. Yeah, I get it. But, he's what we need right now. He is what the world needs right now. It just is what it
They're,
is.
they're they are so used to the subversion. It's
Yeah.
kind of sickening.
The
It's
softness, oh, well, let's talk, right? Yeah.
well, it's also it's not even that. It's the I guess the best phrase is word salad, where
Sure. Yeah.
somebody just comes up and they speak nothingness, but it's good nothingness. People just eat that shit up. It's like when I see people pining for Obama. I'm like, what the fuck do you want that half a baboon back for?
Yeah,
Like,
no. Well,
honest,
yeah. That Obama wasn't a very good president, unfortunately.
no,
But
he's a terrible.
he was pretty bad, yeah. Now, Alan, I'm sure a lot of people think that is true. But one thing I would say in regards to the world stalling and just waiting for President Trump to be gone, and then they'll double down. Um, what's coming after Trump? Now, a lot of people are going to hedge their bets, whether it be Rubio or JD. Either way, whoever wins the nomination, they're the ones that'll go forward, and they will win, right? Um, November is not going to be as big an upset as people think. As a matter of fact, there's a good chance that the Democrats take no control at all. But in 2028, they are losing. This I guarantee, right? And whoever it is, it doesn't really matter. I personally, right now, to be honest with you, Grimlock, I think I go old big Marco Rubio, personally. But
Well,
either
then,
way, these guys are more presidential, but they're not going to change a single policy, dude. They are 100% on board what's going on. Now, JD would do it with more of a smile, and he'd be a little bit more of a statesman like Reagan is. Rubio is less so. But honestly, it's why I think I go Rubio, because we need to put the pedal down and we need not to act with a smile. We need to act with a fist, because that's what the world needs right now. But this is not going to change, Alan. The Americans are not going to let up. They're not. And honestly, I think you got another decade of this easily, if not more.
hmm,
And thank goodness, because keep in mind there's a whole nother thing you need to remember. We are in the middle of a reset. That is not a conspiracy theory. It is not. It is a thing that happens. Every 12 generations, every 250 years or so, we go through, you know, cataclysmic change. It happens. You could just read your histories, dude. Go back. It's like clockwork, right? For quite a while now, the powers that be, whoever they are, try to manage it to their best ability. They never manage it perfectly, but they do try to manage the problem, because it is a human problem. And we're in the middle of one of those things. So we're going to come out the other side of this with things being very different. Now, there's a lot of analysts on the YouTubes and on the internet who are making predictions on what that's going to be. We know that there are certain agendas going on, particularly with the UN and their 2030 project. We know all these things are true. What's it going to look like on the other side of it? I'm not 100% sure. But I do know that America is going to be leading whatever that charge is, though, right?
hmm.
For good or bad. We're in the middle of big change right now, and I don't think that pedal's coming up at all, Al. Now that may be true what they're looking at in the specific, Alan, but I'm talking about the overall policy. JD is not going to change any of that. Matter of fact, I think JD is a bit more heavy-handed than Trump. Trump's a bit of an old softy, if you haven't noticed. He because the thing with Trump is he's a grandpa. He might be a freaking demon in the boardroom, but he's a grandpa. He's not as heavy-handed as people want to make it seem out to be. He's just not, right? is he's a real politician, dude. JD put a smile on, he'll be endearing. That guy is more heavy-handed than frickin' Trump is, dude. Marco Rubio is why I like him is because he's more honest. He's heavy-handed and a statesman, and he's right out there in front of you. That's why I like him. And I also think, well, let's get a Cuban in there. Why not? We had a half black, we had a bunch of Irishmen, a couple of them
Yeah,
anyway. A lot of Englishes, some other mixed things here or there. Let's get us a Cuban. What do you think, Grimlock?
it's funny watching Rubio's evolution because
It's awesome.
10 years ago he looked so mechanical. People was calling him Robo Rubio,
No, no, you're right. But he come on though.
and
Maybe that's true, Alan.
and,
Maybe.
and it's kind of it's from that point to like people are now talking about him being the president, and it's not as a joke. It's like
No,
people are really
serious. Yeah.
behind that idea, even more so than Vance. So I think I said it before. I think as long as this second term by Trump doesn't lead to like a huge disaster, I would say Vance would be the easy favorite because I don't see anybody coming out of the Democratic Party that
No, no,
is
they have nothing.
going to be
They have
it's
nothing.
going to be worthy. Of the,
Yeah, they have nothing. No, it's going to be a Rubio Vance ticket. We just don't know which way it will be, but that's going to be the ticket, 100%. No, the Democrats have nothing whatsoever. It's so bad for them. It's so bad for them that there's some idiot ESPN sports commentator who thinks he can run for president. That's how bad it is.
of Stephen A. Clown.
Yeah, that idiot. Yeah, idiot.
He,
What do
he,
you guys? I don't know the term. You have to help me out. But do you have a term within I've been told is the community? Okay. Do you have a term for a person that's always doing the clownish black man talk?
well, here's the funny thing with Stephen A. Depending on what week it is where the community at large likes him or not.
Oh yeah, no, I know. But
See,
what do you
if
call a guy
if
like
if
that though?
he's to be honest, if there's other than a clown, there's nothing else to really call him because he flip flops. He flip flops and he bends the knee. Like he'll say something, and every now and then he'll say something that I think is more in line with what he actually believes. But he'll see the backlash from the community, and he will bend the knee faster than an old Stretch Armstrong action
Oh
figure.
yeah, no, he's very Democrat in that way. They do that. That's one thing I do prefer about. I know they're useless, but one thing I do prefer
It's
about the
it's,
Republicans.
it's not even. I wouldn't even say democratic. I would just say it's straight up cowardice.
It is
And
cowardice.
dude, stand on what you believe. You said you criticized Jasmine Crockett at a time nobody black. That's not that's has his kind of platform was willing to criticize her, and she deserves criticism for the ignorance she has put on display ever since she's gotten her congressional seat.
Yeah, but Grimlock, she's another perfect example of what I'm asking. Um, we know she's a middle class, upper middle class girl. She did not grow up in the hood. If you listen to her when she first came out and some early stuff we have, she sounds like a normal American. And then she changed
Yeah,
her strategy and she went full blackety black, right? Just
she was
like
ghetto. She's
Smith
walking
does.
ghetto.
So yeah, ghetto, sure.
Well,
But
well,
you don't have a
Smith.
term for a person who speaks in a
Well,
very stereotypically black way.
well, to be fair to Smith, as much as I dislike him, he's never like changed up his cadence. That like is. as stereotypical as it is, that's always been what he is as far as how he speaks.
He sounds like Fred
It's,
Sanford.
it's
What are you talking about?
yeah, but that's always been how he's talked. It's what he actually says that that week to week draws ire. It's like what Jasmine Crockett is doing is actually way worse than Stephen A.
Oh no, 100%. No, I agree with you. Yeah,
But,
yeah.
but,
But he's a
but
clown though.
because
That's a clown. My
yeah,
point was that they literally have a guy, that guy who thinks he can run for president. That's how bad it is. Was the point I'm trying to make.
yeah,
Ratchet. What's her name again? Crockett. Ratchet Crockett. That
yeah.
girl is an absolute disaster of a human being. I agree. Yeah.
And here's the funny thing: the one person I think as a Democrat that could run and actually get a significant vote, but I get a feeling he's going to do what RFK Jr. did and just defect sooner rather than later.
Hmm.
Is fucking Fetterman.
Yeah, I'm surprised he
And
had no
when I
running. To be honest with you.
when I first saw Fetterman, I didn't think that much of him. I didn't think too much of him, but ever since he had that stroke,
Yeah.
I don't know if it was the stroke that
It
you know,
rewired his brain, or maybe he had a it was
or
a near death experience. He's like, "Fuck this! I'm going to start being honest."
or
Maybe.
or maybe because I'm going to be quite frank, I didn't know who the guy was until he ran, and I'm like, they're actually trotting out a guy who just had a stroke to run for office. So that was my first thought. I'm like, really, y'all that desperate that you getting stroke patients to run?
Hmm.
Uh,
Oh yeah, I
but
remember.
actually listening to him speak is like he's not saying anything that anybody should be that upset about.
No, very milk toast. Yeah.
Yeah, and a lot of what Stephen A. says is rather fucking milk toast. The problem, the difference between him and Fetterman is Fetterman, for whatever reason, um, will not be swayed. Will not be he seems to have some integrity to.
Yeah, whether he had it before
Him.
or he got it since, I don't know. To be honest, I never had a stroke. I've had a few near death experiences in my life, but I've never had that. But almost dying, it does kind of put a little bit different of patina on shit.
Yeah.
It does.
Well, one I want to say something. I don't know when it comes to integrity. I kind of look at it like I've noticed one thing watching like true crime documentaries and shit like the denial people have that certain people in their family were just pieces of shit. We didn't know Ricky was like that. I'm like, oh, you knew, you knew.
Of course they knew.
We were watching this documentary. Ricky wasn't shit as early as 7 years old. You guys knew, and I kind of look at that the same way with integrity. I don't think that's for the most part something you acquire midlife. I think some people are born with it and some people are not. I could be wrong.
Uh, I think that's probably more nurture than nature, but
Because, for example, Stephen A. Smith, he lacks integrity, and
yes.
this is a man who is closer to you in age than he is to me.
Hmm.
But I
He's
don't
just a
think that
clown.
I don't think that there's going to be any point where he's going to acquire integrity. If anything, I think what's going to happen is something that Eric July said some years ago about certain things. A lot of people who may have these certain points of view and ideas that you and I have, but lack the integrity to express that, will wait until it becomes socially acceptable to say that.
Oh, it's always true. That's a
Kind of like
beautiful
how
layout statement. Yeah.
a lot of the shit with COVID happened, and a lot of the people who got drugged through the ringer just said it, and then people like 3 or 4 years later, oh yeah, I didn't agree with that. I'm like, well, where were you in 2021, nigga?
Most people are cautious. That is true. But that's why I'm now in this case, we're just a bunch of friends sitting and having chat. Why not? Right? It's not that serious here. But there's always people who will speak the truth no matter what. Their truth, right? There's always people like that. The most people are sheep. It's just how humans function. And I don't know that it's even a bad thing. It just that's why we have and need leaders, right? So there's plenty of people who have been speaking out, and some of them have huge communities around them. Charlie Kirk was one of those, and
Mhm.
I'm a bit surprised there wasn't a little bit more fallout from Charlie, but then again, I don't think the Charlie thing's done either. There's a lot of people holding on to that anger because there's been a lot of people being canceled and attacked and all kind of stuff going on. We know this, but Charlie was a bit of a mistake for them because I had just inadvertently been watching Charlie stuff for years. You know, I just had, right, and he and his Turning Point USA group, which has grown quite huge now.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I've listened to Charlie speak on many occasions about many things, and I don't agree with him on everything, but it doesn't matter because never
Mhm.
once did I hear the guy ever spew hate, ever, ever. I spew more hate than he does, right? And
Yeah.
the simple fact of the matter is, they killed the good guy, dude, and there should be a penalty for that. There should be. But there's a lot of people with voices over the past decade have become something. Joe Rogan, oddly enough, he's been around longer than that, but he's become I would say an accidental voice, right? Because that's not his intention, but yet he is a voice, and a powerful one, maybe the most powerful one outside of leadership. Turning Grave USA. Charlie will have his revenge beyond the grave. Maybe Ellen, but I mean, I don't know. Of course, people are going to take advantage, and who knows what's happening with Turning Point USA. But uh, Charlie himself was legit in what he was doing. He was legit. So now was there a grift involved with him? Was he making a living out of it? Probably. But what his mission was a real thing. He was a Christian that wanted to sit down and have conversations with people about various hot button topics, and he wanted to give the Christian point of view. And it's no more complicated than that. I mean, really, there's a lot of people playing the game, dude. Steven Crowder, that guy's playing the game,
Mhm.
right? Alex Jones playing the game, right? Anderson Cooper playing the game, Wolf Blitzer playing the game. They're all playing the game, right? But how much you don't consistency and purity of tone. Charlie was one of the best in that regard, and I know this because I've actually spent time listening to what he and watching what he was doing. Right? I actually, like I said, inadvertently did that. I didn't know this was going to happen, of course. But everybody's playing the game, dude. What do you want?
Yeah.
But anyway, there's that. Oh, I didn't finish my geopolitical roundtable here, or a roundup. Africa, Ethiopia's going to war. Yay!
Just what they needed.
Yeah. Well, they just ended one of the worst wars of the 21st century just 4 years ago. This one's going to be worse.
That's
So
what I'm saying. Just what they need.
yeah, just what they needed. Of course, Sudan's a nightmare. Somalia is a nightmare. The entire Sahel is a nightmare. Zimbabwe
No,
is in constant
you
chaos.
mean,
South Africa, don't even look at that place. That is bad.
you mean
Congo,
Somalia, that peaceful place that has slaves?
yeah, Somalia is a horrible place. It's one of the worst places on earth. If you go look, at the various, you know, non-locals in various countries around the world, and you look at the populations that are troublesome, two names come up constantly in nearly every country on the planet, dude: Pakistan and Somalia. Pakistan and Somalia.
Yeah,
And Somalia is
unfortunately.
often the worst. Sometimes they're second.
I mean,
You know,
you would
so
think, but then again, and it's kind of strange, even though the circumstances are different, that the people there are not that much different from the people of the UK. Like right now, it's like, aren't y'all tired? Like, aren't y'all tired of this shit right now?
you would think so. I don't agree with that statement at all, Alan. I don't agree with that at all. There was nothing about Charlie that was president material. Nothing. And no one would make that mistake. Charlie Kirk was never going to be president of the United States, dude. He's
I
that's
think
not
he was
the
too.
It's not the right character. He's not the right dude.
If, if he'd ended up being president, and I'm not saying this as a compliment, he would have ended up as Jimmy Carter
Yeah, no, it
of
would have
the
been
right.
Carter-esque. You're right, 100%. No, he's not that
A
dude.
a guy who may be a nice guy, somebody you could sit there and have a conversation with,
Yeah.
but not the kind of guy you're gonna walk through the gates of hell for.
No. Now, was Charlie's shooting? Was that some deep state psyop? I don't know. But it just seems kind of unlikely, to be honest with you. But you never know. This all could be theater. Everything we're looking at right now could be theater. Don't put that out of your head. Trump could be 100% part of the reset. Are you going to sit here and tell? I mean, I'll give you an example of one way to look at it like that. Are you going to tell me that Mark Carney isn't a plant, that he wasn't brought in by Trump to destabilize the Canadian economy to such a point that they have no choice but to join America? You can't prove it to me, because no one is that incompetent. Nobody. I mean, so you there's that. Now, is that of a bigger scheme, or is it just Trump's doing, or someone around Trump? Because there's no way Mark Carney is actually coming in to be the leader of Canada. Everything he does is 100% the wrong thing to do. It's impossible. This guy is a lifelong banker. He's a smart guy. He's not stupid. And of course, he's in Trump's world, right? Trump knows him very well, just like he does all the other, mega money movers. So, Mark Carney is a perfect example of theater, right? PSYOP. Yeah, no, I understand. We don't call it PSYOP anymore. They renamed it. What did they put the new name on the department, the PSYOP department in the military? What do they call that now? They changed the name because it was called PSYOP for psychological operations. That was the legitimate name of the department for quite a while. They did
The
change it.
Department,
What?
the Department of PSYOP.
Well, no, it was psychological operation. It was the name of the department for quite a while. That's where PSYOP comes from, right?
You know,
Um, but they have changed the name. But it is a thing, and they play this game all the time. They do. I understand that, and I'm not going to sit here and not acknowledge that everything we're seeing is theater. That Trump is part of the greater reset plan. I'm not gonna sit here and say that's not possible, because it could easily be possible. But the only good thing I'd say is, if that is true, or if it's not true, it doesn't really matter, because it's clear that in this reset, this, or at least their attempt to manage it, America is the focus. It is the movement forward. So if you're in America, you're in a good spot. And if you're a true ally of America, you're in a good spot. So it doesn't matter if it's a psyop or not. America benefits in the end anyway, because that's clear. We're too close to the wire right now. and everything is being poured into America. It's not being poured in a way that America is going to implode and die. Actually, they're trying to stop that. Right? They're doing quite the opposite. So, you know, I don't think it matters because in the end, we can see where things are going already. The writings on the wall, as it were. I mean, do you see it otherwise? Am I missing something?
Um, I, I think,
We're too deep, I think.
definitely that part. Um, it's just because I know one side will say like we'll be on your side is like it's too deep, and then the other side is in la la land and in complete denial of where we're at.
Of
Um,
course, there's a lot of people that are in la la land, dude. Listen to all these people on all sides and in their idiotic opinions they're having. They have no balance. They have no consideration for the fraud, which we just mentioned here. They have none of that. They're idiots. But then again, we are talking about the extreme people on both sides, right? The people in the
yeah.
middle are the ones that really make the decision anyway. So
At this point, I would say, what more do you need to see about the fraud? But like we said, there's so many people who are in denial about it, and it's like, bro, you're sitting here on one hand crying, saying, "Oh, why does the government spending it it's increased so much over the years?" You know, okay, if the government is increasing its spending year over year, and you can't figure out where the money's going, shouldn't that alert you to something?
it should, yeah. Yeah.
Shouldn't
I
you
mean,
be sitting there? Shouldn't you be sitting there at the very least? You should, as a taxpayer, you know, say, hey, um, what are you guys doing with trillions of dollars year over year that we can't get basic shit done?
no. But I mean, if you take a look at what's going on though, Grimlock, right? For decades in America, socialist agenda has been growing and growing and growing, right? We're all if you're not aware of that, that's true. And it was allowed to do so. So much to the point that the Republicans were helping shielding it. They were helping to
Yeah.
hide it, right? These so-called enemies of the Democrats, the Republicans, right? But look what's happening now. Not only is our socialist ideals put right out there so you can see them, because those kind of thing that kind of thinking never survives direct sunlight ever, right? They all those things are being shattered. Their whole ideas are collapsing. We even got to the point that amongst the black community, for instance, we're seeing an absolute collapse of the ghetto ideal, and people are, not only is it collapsing, people are speaking against it directly. Right well, just 5 years ago that would have never been allowed, ever. One of the most protected classes in America are the black Americans, and they've been that way for
Well,
decades and decades. And look at how quickly it's eroding and falling apart because it can't survive the sunlight. They're allowing it to be seen for decades and decades. Both parties, the entirety of government, was hiding certain things and not allowing certain conversations to come to the forefront. Now they're being put out there in full light. This is a complete shift of strategy, a complete shift of politic. Not only from Democrats who are also involved in this, but from specifically the Republicans. Because if you think the Republicans are your friends and they're on your side, I mean, what are you smoking, right? But I mean, that's where we are right now. It's so exposed, it's so raw that everything is crumbling without any need
yeah,
of us to do anything. I mean, am I wrong?
well, no,
There's
But
been from on high a change has been made. Somebody decided to change. Now, maybe, like I said, it's part of the theater. Maybe it's the overall strategy. Maybe it is. But either way, there has been a change. Things have been exposed. They're allowing them. It's one of the things. Never interrupt your enemy when they're speaking. Right.
yeah,
And that's what's going on right now. And for decades, the Republicans did just the opposite. Right.
yeah,
So But anyway, there's that. South America and Central America are starting to kind of go MAGA, which is good for them because they should be caring about their countries for once. You know what a novel idea. The Europeans are starting to shift a little bit, maybe a lot. We'll see how quickly that goes. The Eastern Europeans are sitting there laughing because they're like, "We told you so." But anyway, let me go ahead and shift gears, and then I'll give you the last word on it. Go ahead.
well, I I have to agree. I'm pretty much in agreement with much what you said because every, as I said, every person should be looking at this like, are you tired yet?
Yeah.
Whether you're in the UK or one of these African countries that are constantly at war, and in South America, you know the old saying, don't shit where you sleep, and you have people coming in who are shitting while you're sleeping, and now nowadays you get criticized for saying, hey, why is this huge pile of shit here when it used to not be? Um, and it also, like you said, the conservatives. Um, the biggest problem with them is that in my lifetime they haven't conserved a fucking thing.
No.
Um, they haven't conserved gun laws. They haven't conserved smaller government. They haven't conserved uh, taxes or any of these things. I mean, for fuck's sakes, under a quote unquote conservative government, we got the Patriot Act, one of the worst things in is from as far as I'm concerned that happened in American history. But for some reason, Americans has gotten comfortable with it just being there, with your rights being infringed upon as part of basic government function.
Yeah.
Um, it should be that way, and the people you vote for should be held accountable. Like just this past few months, the fact that you can't get the Save Act through, basic shit like a basic voter ID,
Yeah, the most
and
common sense thing that every country in the world has, right?
yeah, be able that you should be able to you verify your vote through an ID the same way they verify your identification if you want a fucking cell phone.
Yeah, no, anything. Of course, it's common sense. It's just ridiculous. It's all politics. Yeah, that's true. Um, just to add real quick, because we were talking about they changed the name of the Department of Psychological Operations. They did. They changed it to Military Information Support Operations, MISO, under Obama. But then, interestingly enough, which I didn't know, under Biden, they changed it back to Psychological Operations. So I don't know why, but it did change, and then they changed it back under Democratic rulership. Interesting, huh? Sorry, go ahead.
Um, I know why they changed it under Obama. Language was his thing.
It was.
To manipulate, and that's a big part of the left strategy, the Marxist strategy, whatever you want to call them. That has always been a big part of their
Yeah,
strategy,
it is.
is
Language.
to manipulate language, to find softer language to either lull you to sleep or make you less angry about whatever it is you were angry about. Um, that doesn't surprise me in Biden because Biden is one of those people. Like the more you learned about him, it's like, how the fuck can anybody in good conscience support that dude? Um, I mean, from everything to who mentored him to how to his own thoughts on the way things should run in the government. How the fuck do you do that? But it's power of propaganda. When you could put a person that horrible in power and say it's an upgrade just because you didn't like the guy who came before him, that's some powerful shit, man. That's some frightening shit, to be honest.
It is. It is. Yeah, that is for sure. But nevertheless, we're going to leave it there. And of course, we talk about these things every week, and we will continue because the culture war is ongoing, right? And we're
Yes.
we're seeing this, which in modern times we call it a reset, and why not? It's a good enough word. It is ongoing, and the process is happening, so it's a interesting thing to look at and pontificate upon, right? Because in the end, we don't really have all the information, so we can't really know the truth. But we can at least talk about it, vent a little bit, and move on with our day. To be honest with you, most of this stuff I just get a chuckle because we're just sit back watching the show anyway. It doesn't really matter. It's rare that something actually angers me. I mean, outside of my comedic rage for the fun of the conversation. But I'm straight up that thing in Britain pissed me off, dude. That really pissed me off.
I
Anyway,
mean, I don't blame you.
yeah, let's move on, shall we? Alrighty. So happy Father's Day, of course. And let's start with this one right here, if you don't mind, sir.
Let's see, what are we doing? Wait, because my thing is still saying Happy Father's Day. Hold on. All
Yeah,
right.
well, if you're on
No,
the, yeah,
there it goes. It took a minute. It was loading. No, Masters of the Universe isn't set for a sequel. The reality.
now this article from Matt McLoin is basically talking about language as we just left it off. And in the
Yes.
language of what Bezos said himself, actually, regarding this, and the people around Masters of the Universe, is that it is, uh, what was the word they used? Set for a sequel, meaning that it's a scheduled thing. It could happen. And this article is arguing why it won't happen. Now, no one knows. We did talk about this already. This kind of thing, with them putting it in the theaters, is just a way to pick up extra money and get a little bit of hype. This is already paid for before it ever came out, right? And Bezos was kind of clear. If you listen to his comments, he was like, "Oh no, no, this doesn't mean anything. It's a success as far as I'm concerned." Maybe he's a fan. Maybe Bezos grew up with Masters of the Universe. I don't know. No one knows, and neither does Matt McLoin. I will put it like this, and I'll let Grimlock have his opinion on it. I hope we get more. Um, I would rather than them just do movies. I'd like to see them do a series at Amazon. Right, is what I like to see, because there is enough good stuff here that you could move forward with something fun. You have to get Jared Leto to stay on board, though. You have to, because his Skeletor is what makes it. This kid right here, this royal, because he's literally a royal, um, he was fine, dude. There's no problem. That girl that's playing Tila, she's the typical angry lady character, but she was fine. Um, the only thing I'd really replace would be Idris Elba because he really wasn't good, dude. It wasn't good. But maybe they won't have to have these. Maybe they'll have to get other actors, but you need Jared Leto. I know that. Nevertheless, there was enough good here. I'd like to see more, personally. And that's all I got to say on it.
Well, you already know my thoughts about the race swaps of this
I know.
shit. I did not appreciate it. I did not appreciate how lazy that is, how stupid that is. Um, that being said, from everybody that I know who has watched this movie, said it was a decent enough movie to where you wouldn't commit suicide immediately afterwards.
No.
Um, the problem is, and this has been the problem for the last decade plus, even if it was just a TV series, who do you trust to do it? Because I mean, there's only a handful of people within the last decade that has been entrusted franchises and actually, delivered something that was, if not universally, overwhelming majority seen positively, seen as something fans would be looking forward to getting more of. So if
I
you was to
yeah.
go the TV route, who are you getting?
Well, I think it also will depend on how it performs on their prime, right? I think that will be part of it. I know in some places it's already on prime, and it'll be hitting everyone else very soon if it isn't already. And depending on how it performs there, I think we'll make the final decision. If people and we've heard a lot of people amongst our own community here say that I'm not going to the theater, give that shit money in the theater, but I'll watch it on streaming. I've heard several people here say that. So if it does well on streaming, that will be the actual decider, I think. I'm just saying, me personally, I'd like to see more of it. If Give it a chance, let it breathe a little bit. It could be a lot of fun, right? But
Hmm?
you know, it is what it is. We do have another little thing in this article I think is interesting because the same studio that made Masters of the Universe is also making the Voltron, right? And
Hmm.
that one definitely has Henry Cavill. He's doing that one, and once again, it's probably something he grew up with. He does like that kind of stuff. Um, and This one is going to be the very, very same type of thing. It's already paid for, but they're going to put it out in the theaters, see how it does. I have a feeling that will probably do a little better. I mean, honestly, it's not hard to do much better because Masters Universe bomb boy, whoo boy. But Voltron, I think it's impossible it wouldn't do more. It's got Henry connected to it. It doesn't have any noisy people like Leto that people just don't like. But we'll see. I think the only thing that matters is how it does on the streaming, actually. Particularly because if you listen to Bezos, go watch the interview with him. He likes Masters of the Universe. He was trying to defend it. I think this might be a little bit of a passion project for him. I felt so, and it makes
Well,
sense. He's the right age.
no, actually, he's older. I looked it up. He is 62 years old.
That doesn't mean he
Um,
didn't watch Masters of the Universe.
no, I mean, he totally could have.
Yeah, no,
But
he would have been late high school, college kid.
yeah. But one thing that I would say that, and I don't think he can do it, even though I know, I know people say, how, what do you mean he can't? One thing they gotta do, because this is now what, the fourth or fifth time this has happened in the last few years, where a movie could have been more successful in the theaters had the actors and the director just shut the fuck up.
Yeah, yeah. We're going to talk
And
about a really bad example out of here momentarily, but continue.
and we've seen too often now that you have these actors, actresses, these directors who can't separate. They can't. they have decided, like a lot of people have done, this is the rot of identity politics. Because identity politics goes beyond just races. You making your whole identity one thing. And these people have made their politics, their philosophies, their entire fucking identity, and they can't shut the fuck up 5 minutes because let's also be frank. A lot of so-called artists and entertainers, you guys are shit as far as understanding business.
Oh no, that's
There's a
definitely true.
reason
Yeah.
because anybody who runs a for-profit business understands you're not going to make money chasing people away. You're not going to make money telling people, well, if you don't like my politics, kiss my ass. Or if you don't like my philosophy, kiss my ass. Oh, but go watch my movie.
Right. No, it's ridiculous. And we've seen that it doesn't help them. It's cost them money, but they keep doing it. It is very interesting. It's very bizarre.
Yes.
Especially seeing as the people at the top aren't really true believers, right? Necessarily, right? They're just taking marching orders. But we see that a lot, and we're going to talk about that in a minute. I do agree, Alan. Jeffrey Morgan or Gerard Butler. Gerard's probably a bit old, but
But
Morgan
that's
would
fine.
would be a
Man
perfect
in
man at
Arms is
arms.
supposed to be he's supposed to be the old grizzled veteran. That's what he's
Yeah.
supposed to be.
No, I understand. I would lean toward Butler simply because I like him. But Morgan, he would have been just a fine man at arms, I'm sure. He's the guy who played Negan, right? Um, but yeah, he would have been fine. Yeah, no problem. Either one of those. And I'm surprised that Idris wasn't better. Now, to be fair, they did decide to make the character a drunk, which doesn't make any sense at all. Spoilers. Um, it just doesn't make sense. But there it is. Funny comedy, chuckle, chuckle, guffaw,
That's another
guffaw.
thing. You're kind of tired of seeing the downtrodden, defeated by life older man.
Yeah, right. Well, you gotta have that. Feminists demand it. You know. But whatever. We'll see. Like I said, it doesn't matter what we think. If this does well on streaming, we're going to get more of it. It is what it is. But let's go ahead and talk about what I've been hinting at here. This absolute shit show.
Uh-oh. I mean, come on. Why are you being disagreeable?
I don't
Supergirl box office tracking tracking now eyes a $39 million low.
know. Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Now, a big problem with this is one, a lot of people aren't really interested in the female version of a thing. It's always going to do less. So you have that factor. But that doesn't mean it couldn't have had some success, right? So if you gauge it against Gunn's Superman, this should have done a little bit less. Superman was not really a success. So I would have made sure I saved some money on making this. They didn't. So they're deep in the hole for this. For anywhere between 4 to 600 million needed to break even. All right. So mistake one. Mistake two, the same thing we mentioned. They've let this girl go out and speak her mind as she likes. No one put an NDA on her. No one has muzzled her or shut her up. Nobody. And she's been out there speaking, and other people too, but mostly her, and she is absolutely devastating them. And this recent bout of opinion from this girl, holy crap. Look at this shit, dude. I'm going to play a couple pieces for you
Well,
here.
I have to wonder about just one thing about them because, especially with the actor with the women, this is now like the eighth or ninth time within the last few years I've heard the same thing, and it makes me wonder: do you ladies are you ladies reading from a script?
I think they are.
Because
I think they are, but let's just listen to it
Because
first, because
you know what I'm saying, right?
I do know
About
what
how
you're
they all
saying.
get
But
up there and they act like, oh, this is so incredible. You know, people act like people are so incredulous to a woman doing anything, and there's never been a woman doing this, and there's never been a woman doing that. And I'm like, bitch, did you just come here? It's like,
yeah,
are
and
you literal?
yeah, I know, and she did say that stuff earlier, but this is a different thing that she's saying. However, I had never heard her speak before, personally, right? I didn't
Mhm.
watch House of Dragons, so I've never heard this girl do anything. I just
Yeah,
have been reading articles about it and looking at her, and I'm not a person that demands that everyone be beautiful. I'm not that way. You guys know that, right? And I've also been on record here saying that for me, Supergirl doesn't necessarily have to be beautiful. You guys disagree with me, and that's fine. But they
she should be
intentionally
better looking than that.
well, they intentionally didn't put any makeup on her in the movie, and she is rough. It is rough. I understand that. Like I said, my take is she doesn't need to be beautiful to play this character. Some characters do need to be beautiful, but that's
No,
just my
she
opinion.
no, she doesn't. She doesn't need to be a runway model, but like,
It is rough. Yeah.
like, all right, how Clark? Okay, Clark is not. As Clark Kent. Kal-El is a handsome man,
He should be handsome though.
even though
He's intended to be.
even though he's like unassuming and he's playing, a bit of a dimwit. He's still a handsome man. Like a woman might go, he's an idiot, but he's handsome.
Right.
Kara, I'm not saying she should be a supermodel, but you should. Well, you got to remember that the Kryptonians are basically gods on Earth. She shouldn't be looking like a fucking caveman.
Yeah, it
She
is
should,
rough. I'll admit that.
at the very least, like you've seen it when, like, if you go shopping or whatnot, there's a girl, coming down the aisle as you're getting your milk and stuff, and she's not dressed like a runway model, but you look at her and go, oh wow, she's cute.
Or she's
That's how Kara
a
should
pretty
be. You
girl.
should,
Yeah, no, I
yeah, you
agree.
should be able to look at her and go, oh wow, she's cute.
Now, before I play this clip, I will put this caveat down. In the entire history of Supergirl, which is a long time, keep in mind she's been around a long time. She's never been anything other than a straight girl. Just like
Mhm.
Bobby Iceman, he was actually a little bit of a player, right? She's never been
Yep.
straight. It's only very, very recently they've queered the hell out of her, right? Only recent. The majority of her history, she's a straight girl, right? And one of the people that she loves most in the world, who? Kal-El. And he loves her too, right? They are family and they stick together. But they've been trying their best to break that apart here recently, haven't they? Right? But
Yeah.
remember that caveat. It's kind of important. Listen to what this dumbass says.
Just how surreal. You are in London, you are Supergirl. Just how surreal is this moment right now?
It's so surreal, it doesn't feel real. I'm not here.
Right, amazing.
She
What
looks
about when you
alien.
found out you're going to be Kara? Just sum up that feeling in your body.
It was kind of like every emotion at once. So it's been a really beautiful journey of
She's got
of
those Joker legs.
overcoming and battling the fear of taking it on. So it's been amazing.
You are incredible.
She
I'm
looks
telling you
drunk as
now,
hell,
get
by the
used to
way.
hearing that. You really are. What about what you wanted to bring to this character that we haven't seen before, maybe?
I think a bit of grit. I think that I really wanted to humanize her and to really ground her. I didn't want her to feel like unattainable. I wanted her to feel like a person that you knew who just so happens to be able to
Right
fly.
there, right
Yeah.
there. You can
You
tell
nailed
this
that.
girl knows
And what about
fuck all
working with
about
Craig
this
Leslie? Just how
character.
special was
I
that?
love Craig. I really, really adore Craig. I think so both Australian. There's like a bit of a kinship there. He's such a collaborative director. He's so open. He's always
Now, she's got to get into the really, really dumb shit. She already said a bunch of dumb shit, but it's
Yeah,
going to come out.
she already showed that she knows fuck all about this character. Whenever I hear somebody say, "Oh, I need to humanize this character," it's like, have you read a Supergirl comic?
No, she
Did you
hasn't, dude.
did you bother? In fact, you didn't even have to read the comic. There's animated movies and TV shows you could
There
have.
are,
I'm pretty sure
um,
you
but
power
they
watch.
these days they actually tell them not to do that. They do.
I
She was
know.
probably instructed not to. Now, one thing I will say is I never knew what the Australian version of a Valley Girl sounded like, but now I do. Yeah.
And
This
I'm going to be
one
honest, right
is,
there.
well,
That
she
freeze
is so
frame
vapid and
is
so
fucking.
empty-headed, dude.
I'm just saying the way that frame that you paused on. Holy fuck, she looks horrible. God,
She's not attractive, and she got makeup on here. No, she's not a pretty girl. I know that. I get that. She's not. But you know, they could have worked with it. I mean, you can do different things, right? To make that not important. But whatever. We know they're not going to. They chose her for a reason. They don't want beautiful women. We know this, especially with iconic characters. They do not want beauty. They do not, right? It is what it is. She was chosen for a reason. I try not to focus on that though. I'm more interested in her character, right? And already she's empty-headed. She knows nothing about the character. She's just doing typical Hollywood talking points. Let's see how she continues.
It's very like emotionally and physically present on set, and it was such an intimate experience making the film.
He's a
So
lovely guy.
I adore Craig.
What moment was it where you thought, oh my goodness, I was Supergirl? When did it hit you?
It feels like you're making this really intimate, special, private thing, and then you're like, oh, people have to see it. You're like, oh wait, people are gonna watch this. And now it's all starting to kind of hit me.
And why should they go
what the
and
fuck did that
run to the
even mean?
biggest screen possible to see this movie?
Because this really is a film that you need to see on a cinema. Like, Craig has created an entire universe. It's pretty much all off planet. Our VFX team has done a sensational job at creating all of these planets and creating all the creatures and crypto and everybody amongst it. And the sound as well. Like this is a film that was designed
Hey,
to be
pause it right,
seen on the
Might
biggest
not be
screen
interested.
possible. Please don't watch it on your phone.
pause it right there.
Don't.
It's
That's
funny,
you
could
know
you sum
that
up to me in
that
like
is
one
actually
tiny
the
little
first
sentence?
In one
time
tiny
that she's
sentence,
been casted that I've
a
heard her say
self-elected hero
anything
goes on a
positive
journey
about
of
anyone.
self-discovery.
Okay. They in that clip they didn't have what I wanted. But basically in that same interview, she they just didn't put it in this AP one. But that same interview, what she says is that she loves the fact that this is a woman only thing, need no men involved. There's no need for men at all. We don't need men. And she kind of does that typical feminist commentary, right?
You know,
Um,
I agree.
and yeah, well, I mean, when it fails, don't come at yelling at the men. You told us not to come, right?
Yeah,
And then, of
I
course,
totally
go ahead.
because Jason Momoa was not enough for me to go watch this movie.
No, certainly not. And of course, this also is another thing that pissed people off.
It wasn't, but in honor of Pride Month, as I'm getting all these questions, I don't know. I think that what makes this film so beautiful is that it's not centered around a man. It's not centered around love at all.
See?
If anything, but we'll see. I don't really know, but I don't know. I don't
So
know.
I mean,
I don't know. It should probably go both ways.
on one hand, I kind of get that because I don't want to see like Supergirl never had those kind of love interests like Clark did.
No, no, that's true.
So fine, I can grant her that.
Yeah,
It's like okay, the whole not centered around a man thing. It's a bit unnecessary. If you're like if you're going, it's not a love story. Then you should go. It's not a love story, but it is action packed and it's full of excitement. You could do something. You could say something else
right. And of
to try
course,
to get
at that
into this
moment,
movie.
maybe you
It's
shouldn't
supposed to
say
be,
that that she's a lesbian. Maybe you shouldn't say that, right?
yeah, and you are supposedly in an action movie, so yeah, if it's not, if you go, okay, it's not a love story, but it is action packed and it's got these cool scenes and these cool out of Like in the last interview that you played, it's the only time I've seen her say anything positive about the movie.
right? And it
Where
was
she was talking
mainly
about,
about people, not the movie at all, right?
well, well, no, where she was talking about how the director created all these cool worlds and these cool places and everything. That's the only time I actually heard her say anything in that way. She could have easily done that in this interview, say, "Oh, it's not a love story, but it is action packed. We got these cool worlds, these interesting characters to see. You know, we have this even as stereotypical as it is. We got this kick-ass, badass girl from Krypton. And, you know, sometimes it's the simple shit. Just be like, hey, we got this movie. We hope you enjoy it. Come check it out.
Now, another thing too, when she was saying that I found rather interesting. She was just doing that for the camera, that answer, the queer answer, and you could see
Yeah.
she's not comfortable with it herself. I don't think she herself is a homosexual. She doesn't have that vibe,
Um,
and especially that when we first started talking about her, I went and looked into her. This is just another Hollywood whore. She's had a lot of boyfriends, a lot, right? She jumps from one dick to
mm,
the other. So I don't really. She said that for the camera, and she even caveated it with qualified it by saying in lieu of Pride Month, right? So I think that was
mm,
just some little dumb Hollywood thing she did. The more important thing was what she said before it. There's no love about it. It does center on a man. We don't, and she said in another interview that no men need it at all, right?
very
This
fun.
and it's like, well, that's your market, baby. You shouldn't be doing that. And it's like, all right, that's fine. Let's see how it does with no men at all. And honestly, men should boycott this movie 100% just to make a point, right? Because it's ridiculous. And she's so vapid and so silly, and she cannot be trusted on the camera. Kind of like what's the little boy that plays Spider Man?
Tom Holland.
Tom Holland is another idiot. Don't you shouldn't put in front of the camera. He can't shut his damn mouth. But he's got contracts and stuff, and he's in making money. This girl might find herself in a bit of trouble trying to make money like that Rachel Zegler girl because she can't be trusted in front of the camera. Plain and simple. You're hurting. You're hurting your whole job is to go and a lot of them talk about why are you focusing on me? Why do men think they have a right to my person? Right? She said this as well amongst many others. And it's like, well, if you feel like that, then you most certainly should not be in the movie industry or the entertainment industry because literally every time you're on screen, you are selling yourself. Literally, you are doing this. So obviously, you don't understand the profession that you are in. Clearly. And she just you listen to her talk. She's just a dumb, vapid little Hollywood girl that, like I said, jumps from one dick to the other, as they all seem to do. So whatever. This movie's dead in the water, and it should be. And honestly, we should just be rid of James Gunn, please. Let him go back over to Disney because they're not learning. Disney ain't learning. DC over at
Mm,
Warner Brothers, we've seen a bit of a shift with them. DC Comics shifted quite a while back, actually, right? Away from all this stupidity. Not 100%, but mostly. And let Gunn go back over to Marvel or Disney because they're not going to learn until they're just dust. So let it be. It is what it is. Anything else on that?
No, that movie's gonna come and go, and most people are not even gonna realize it came out.
No, I have a feeling it's going to be one of those things. And man, she is so rough though, dude. Such a rough looking girl. Oh well. Oh well. It is what it is. Now this is has connection, oddly enough, to what's going on with Supergirl. Go ahead and read this headline.
Let's see, what do we have here? Aaron Paul. joins TC's Clayface as first test screening reaction surface.
Now, Aaron Paul, if you don't know who he is, he's the guy from Breaking Bad. He played Jesse. He's gonna. It sounds like it's just a cameo. He's playing Clayface's dad, right? So, not a big deal. That's not really why I'm talking about this article. But people seem to like him. He was pretty good in Breaking Bad, so cool. I'm glad he's getting a little cameo stuff. But the main thing about this is twofold. One, the test screenings have come out for this, and they've gone very well. People are enjoying this movie. Now, I like the trailer, but we know that doesn't mean anything. I saw the Mortal Kombat trailer and I said, oh, it looks fun. It was not, right? So we know that a good trailer does not make a good movie. However, the test screenings are going very well for this, which is rare. So, that's a good thing. Did you see this trailer?
No, I have not.
Yeah. It looked fun. It looked good. We don't know, of course, but test screenings did go well. However, they were planning on popping this on a lot of IMAX stuff because that was, it's part of the standard multi-theater release stuff they do. But because there is Superman itself didn't do very well, and there's so much pushback against Supergirl, they've removed it from IMAX. So it will not be showing
Hmm.
on IMAX. So this has been hurt by that dumb girl, right? And James Gunn, unfortunately, even though it
Yeah,
sounds
because
like people are enjoying it.
at a time where you want to get as many eyes you possibly can, get on it to lose IMAX. And I know some people like, oh, IMAX is just a gimmick, whatever. A gimmick or not, you still want as many venues available as you can get.
Yeah, absolutely. But
And
like I said, there's not much to talk about it. I just thought it was interesting because of the connection that it's being hurt by the stupidity of that girl and Gunn himself.
that,
Even though
that's
the test
that's so
screenings
many
went
of
well.
these. I know that these. I think part of it is because they got these contracts with these massive companies because everybody. Because you notice this doesn't come from the indie guys, right? So those two movies that the two YouTubers just put out of what is it back room and obsession?
Right.
Didn't hear shit, did you?
No,
Didn't hear nothing about toxic masculinity and how
nothing.
certain people shouldn't come to the movie. There was no shit about if you don't like my politics, don't come to my movie, and none of that. They just put out a movie and said, "Hey,
Yeah.
check it out."
Quite to the contrary, I saw a couple of clips of the creator of I think it was Backrooms, actually doing a couple little more indie style interviews. Quite the opposite. Please come to see my movie. We really worked hard on it, as you should. Normal
Yeah,
old Hollywood would do all day long, right? Because that's the
I
thing. Old
amazing how
Hollywood was just as woke, just as gay as it is today. No different. But back in those days, if you did this shit, man, you would never work again.
but there's a big difference from then to now. And the big difference is that most of the studios are now owned by multi-billion-dollar corporations, conglomerates, whatever you wish to call them. And now they're playing with somebody else's money, and the urgency to not waste money is clearly not there anymore.
Yeah.
Because, like you just said, these those guys they put that was their money, that was their ass on the line
Oh
for
yeah.
those movies.
And even
So
just a public scandal would get you blacklisted, right?
yes, and they behaved like it. It's like, hey, come see this movie, come check this out, take a look at this. Now, how do I know that those guys aren't the biggest lefties in the world? I don't. I
They
don't
were.
follow those.
Yeah, they were. And of
No,
course, the studios would
I'm
go to
talking
great
about,
lengths to try to hide scandals too. They would work in that
but
toward that endeavor.
I'm talking about the two YouTube guys as well. I don't follow those guys. I don't even really know who they are. But
No.
they went out there and, like you said, they campaigned for people to come see the movie. They didn't campaign to chase people away. And the big difference is because their money was on the line. It was their money and their reputation that was on the line. Where these people, even James Gunn, who you would think would know better considering some of the things he's been through, that it, advertising 101 should be the more people you get to watch, the better your returns are. Because
Yeah.
even if the movie isn't good, it's a big difference if you had 4,000 theaters full of people watching your movie compared to 2,000. I mean, simple math, don't you think?
Yeah, yeah. I do think it's interesting that because the buzz for, as it says right here, Clayface quietly loses IMAX billing as Supergirl tracking slides down. Um, but
It's going to
I don't
theaters.
understand why would Supergirl's poor press affect Clayface, which has had no, I haven't seen any negative press. Why would it affect it though? But it is. They pulled them out of IMAX. I don't understand why.
They're not releasing at the same time, are they?
I don't know. I don't
I,
know the
I
answer to that.
thought Blueface was coming out later in the year.
So did I. Yeah. I do know that there is a bit of a problem for one of the reasons they've been kicking Supergirl is because the tracking is quite low, and you have Toy Story, which is absolute freaking, stampede, as you would expect, right? Because Supergirl opens what next week, right? Pretty sure.
Yeah, I think right around the 4th of July weekend, right? Isn't it?
No, I think it's in June. But they're actually losing theaters because the theaters would rather go with Toy Story than this film, right? But it's
I heard that
unfortunate
is
for Clayface because one, the trailer looked pretty good. It's simple. It's to the point. There is no reference to Batman, which is
congratulations.
unfortunate. But the test screenings have gone quite well. So good for it. Bad for this dumbass. You weren't here, Thundero, but we listened to this girl speak for once. Woof.
Not a
Wow.
fan, huh?
Yeah, and
Dude,
so
I made
about
this statement already, but I finally know what an Australian Valley girl sounds like. She's
so, so,
so empty-headed, dude. She's so dumb. It's shocking,
Yeah,
so
dude.
Chester,
yeah.
I just looked it up. Clayface, according to this, is supposed to have a release date of October 23rd, and you are correct. Supergirl comes out next this coming Friday.
Yeah,
So why they're pulling Clayface out of IMAX
I know it's weird. It is weird. I
for
know
a movie that's
they pulled
4
Supergirl
months
out.
apart?
Yeah, I don't know, dude. That's many months apart, right? And I get why they did Supergirl because it's tracking very low, and Toy Story just had a banger weekend. So next weekend they want to keep Toy Story in the IMAX. So Supergirl lost a bunch of theaters. I know that. I don't know why. Subsequently, we've also Clayface, which comes out you said in October, which makes sense. Is also being pulled from IMAX. I don't know. It's weird.
I have one theory. I just it just can, the only theory that I have is that they're looking at Supergirl and possibly the previous returns on Superman, and the IMAX theaters is like, I guess, based on what's coming in the next coming months.
Hmm.
They're like, we would be better served reserving those for other features
Because
than
they're
these.
struggling. They're struggling.
Yeah,
Yeah, that is fair. It's probably true. It is probably true. Supergirl open next week. Toy Story 5 will be number one 2 weeks in a row for sure. Even though it wasn't that good. Well, it doesn't matter. Kid films make money, dude. As long as you don't absolutely botch the hell out of it, kids films are going to make money. Because parents want to do something with a kid for the weekend. And I get it. I'm a parent. I understand
take
100%.
them to the park like my parents used to.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's true. I used to go to drive-in theater with the parents sometimes, but it doesn't matter if it's good or not. Uh, but this girl, Thundero,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't understand why Hollywood, just general filmmaking, why they don't put NDAs and gag orders on their artists. I don't understand it because this girl is out there saying dumbass shit that she's basically saying men need not come, is what she said. And oh yeah,
Okay, we
by the
won't.
way, Supergirl's queer. Great. Um,
Yeah, we
and,
won't. Don't worry, we won't.
no, we won't. But it's also really interesting with all these women who want to say that you have no right to objectify me. It's like, well, first of all, if that's the way you feel, don't do movies. Get out of it.
Yeah,
What are you doing?
yeah,
The whole point is for you to be objectified. Secondly, fantasy is a real thing. People have fantasy, which is why
right.
your actresses tend to be beautiful because we want men to lust after you. That's the point. So they'll come and like the movie and spend money and make money because that's your job, dumbass.
Yes.
She is so vapid, dude. My God, she's worse than Rachel Zegler.
She's exactly what James Gunn likes in his women.
Dumb.
Uh, Dumb as a board, will do whatever he tells her. Probably sleeps with him because, Hollywood.
Hmm.
Um, and that's all he cares about. He's a disgusting, filthy pervert.
He is.
I actually wish he would have been investigated for all those tweets. If he was a right winger, he would have been, and probably jailed just for the tweets. But because he has the right opinions on things, that doesn't happen.
Yeah, let that slide. Yeah, I did check her because we've been talking about her quite a bit. I did check her life in general. She's just another dick rider, dude.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
That's what she is.
and she's
That's
gone
why she
through the
got the
beast.
job,
She's gone
and
through the
she looks
motions.
like she's 45 years old.
Well,
It's
that's
ridiculous how
bullshit.
old she looks.
Yeah,
Well, I was kind of being nice. My wife is older than her by, I don't know, 12 years. I don't remember how old is she?
she's
Somewhere around there.
very young.
Yeah. And my wife looks younger than her. And I'm not bullshitting. Granted, my wife has very Celtic genes, and they go one way or the other way. They either just don't age or they age like milk. That's your
Well,
race. And she got the don't age ones.
she's that mix of European and Aboriginal. She's
Yeah.
that. She has that thing going on. She's
Yeah, and
26.
Aboriginals aren't human.
Fuck's sake, dude. She's 26. Holy shit. Let me go show this at you again. Hold on a second. Let me back up for a second here. Let me go to that interview she just gave. Right here.
Yeah. What is going on with Gen
Holy
Z? They are
fuck.
aging like shoe leather,
Well,
Chester.
because she does look like she's in her 40s. She does look
Yes.
like she's in her mid, maybe late 40s. What
Like
the
it's a meme
hell,
at this
dude?
point that millennials haven't aged like their parents did, and they age better than Gen Z, to the point now you have women like my wife in their late 30s who look better than girls who are in their mid 20s,
Dude, if
because
I
these girls,
dyed
not
my hair,
because,
I'd look
yeah,
younger than her.
but yes, me too, but I have a bunch of gray in the front of my hair, not in the back of my hair, just the front of my hair,
Oh, I'm all gray,
and in
dude.
my beard.
I'm all
But
gray.
if I covered it up, yeah, 100%. Or I'd look about the same, at least, right? And I shouldn't, since I'm 16 years older than her,
Yeah. Well,
or well, almost.
they in Japan they do call me Tamagochan. So,
Yeah,
fair enough.
yeah. But it's crazy to see because Gen Z, there's something wrong with them. I don't know what it
It
is. I don't know if
is
it's all the vaccines they've been pumped full of. I don't know, but they are aging horribly,
they
horribly.
are. Yeah, it is unfortunate. Um I'll move on from this, but this movie right here, it's too bad it's getting stung by the other nonsense around it.
Yep.
But because this movie, the trailer looked fun. It doesn't sound like it's got any nonsense. The fans who went and saw the test screening, or not fans, the people who went and saw the test screenings enjoyed it. So, and you never hear that for a first test screening. That's never true, right?
Right.
So it looks like a fun little, Halloween horror movie as it's being sold. But it's being hurt because of James Gunn and this stupid girl who can't shut her damn mouth, right?
That's right.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Let me move on here. Oh, they did also announce that this guy Jesse from Breaking Bad, he's going to play
Yeah,
Clayface's dad, and he's just doing a cameo, so no big deal.
complete. Okay. I guess he's old enough to be someone's dad. He doesn't look it though. He's aged quite well himself.
Yeah, yeah, but I can see it. It'll be all right. Yeah, he might be playing
Well,
what.
actually, no. That's what a 40-year-old's supposed to look like. I don't know what's going on with Gen Z. They're a mess.
He looks much younger than her, right? He's probably,
Right.
he probably is in his 40s. Now, I imagine what you're going to get with him is we're going to get Clayface as a kid. There's going to be something
Right.
that kind of gets him moving in a certain direction because this is going to be a psychological horror, right? A lot of
Sure.
people are comparing this to Joker, the good one, um, with more
Well,
action.
hopefully the wrong people don't like it, because then you get the sequel that's made simply out of spite,
That
because they made so much of the first one.
That was bad, dude, and that's mean, Ellen, but not wrong, but mean. Um, but yeah, dude, I still can't believe they did that. They literally did that, and they didn't even lie about it. They were honest about, yeah, that's why we did it.
Yep. Yeah.
It's like,
Wrong
wow,
people
dude,
liked it.
wow, wow.
So what's funny is the wrong people liked it. Okay, the movie made $1 billion. How many wrong people do they think there are?
Well, that's
Is
the
my
thing.
question.
When they make
Nearly a
commercial
billion
movies, they
dollars.
make money, don't they?
Right. Uh,
Go ahead and read this one.
Tom Hardy wants back in Mobland. London meeting set for Charm Offensive.
Now, I put this here for one reason only. Oh well, a general reason.
Yeah.
One, I have no clue what Mobland is. I haven't seen any of it.
Right.
Two, Tom Hardy is best when he is a gangster. That's what he's
Yeah.
best at, right?
It's about his intelligence level.
Yeah, well, he's good at playing mobsters. He's good at that.
Right.
What he's not good is at playing post-apocalyptic heroes. He's not that. Okay, but gangsters, he's perfect at it. He's
In
really,
fairness,
really
he
good.
was barely in that movie anyway. So,
Is it a movie and not a series?
no, I'm talking about Mad Max. He
Oh,
was
man,
barely.
no, it's true. It
He,
wasn't.
he wasn't
That's
even
true.
in his own movie.
That's true. But anyway, my point being is, for me, it's like, oh, Hardy and Mobland, perfect, and people really seem to like it in him. I like him in it. I don't know what happened. I have no idea whatsoever. But somehow he's out. But they want him back in, and it sounds like they will be getting him back in. There's little comments about this all over the internet. It's actually big news. I've seen many little things. I haven't watched them, but I saw many little things, and I saw this again today, and I was like, Jesus. So my first question is this: what the hell's Mobland?
No idea.
Damn it, you're
Never
supposed
seen
to
it.
have the answers.
I don't have those answers. I will say my point to this, though, it's very interesting. Hollywood as the big cinema situation is over. All of these
That's true.
A-list
I'm gonna get
actors
some
are going to
coffee.
TV
We can talk
shows.
about that.
All these A-list actors keep popping up in TV shows on streaming services and blah 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 blah. Because the way we took in movies our whole lives up until very recently is pretty much over. Yeah, you'll still have some here or there, big kid movies especially, or event movies will still do well. But by and large, it really feels like the end of cinema as we knew it, sadly, was Endgame. I think that was the last big truly event movie. That was just like a cultural thing that, it was just something you had to go see. I don't think that's ever going to happen again. Not in the cinemas anyway. You'll probably see it on streaming where one gets really, really, really popular and everybody's talking about it. But I think there's just so much choice out there. There's so much atomization of entertainment. I can't even tell you the last time I watched a current show while it was releasing. Oh, yes, I can. It was Fallout. That's the last one. Other than that, and that was in like December. So other than that, it just, and a lot of people are like that. Like, so From season 4 is out, but the wife and I are waiting till it's all the way out so we can binge it because I absolutely cannot stand weekly episodic bullshit anymore. I won't do it. And I typically won't do it. But my point is, you're seeing a lot more of these big names, guys who've made big blockbuster movies like Tom has, shifting and trying to shift towards streaming shows and just shows in general. And I think it's simply because that's where the steady money is. Because you have all these movies that just fucking crater. They just make no money. And a lot of these actors, I'm sure he's not one of them, but a lot of these guys, they make a lot of their money on the back end, right, with residuals and whatnot, royalties. When the movie don't make anything, they don't get paid as much as they'd like. Whereas if they go make one of these shows, they're getting paid per episode and getting residuals usually. They probably can walk away with more. It might be a little bit longer of a work schedule, right? Because usually a movie only takes a few months, 6 months, or maybe a little longer, depending how big the movie is, but not too long usually. But in the TV shows will take a little longer. But it's steady, it's stable, and it's where good acting is. I mean, most of these movies nowadays, they're god awful, the acting. The acting is just so abysmal. It's also where you can get a little more creative, right? For whatever reason, there's various ones. You can pick one if you like. Hollywood has decided to just not be creative anymore. They don't take chances at all. When was the last time you watched a movie, a big budget movie, not one of the small ones that did good despite itself, a big budget movie that took a big chance, took a big risk? It's been a long time since one of them did anything that was genuinely, oh, whoa, what the hell? Shocking type moment. And I think that's one of the reasons why you see a lot of these guys who, because I'm sure Tom doesn't need money. He should be set by now. I mean, shit. If he isn't, then somebody needs to do an intervention on the boy. So he's not necessarily doing it for the money. He's doing it because he gets to spread his wings, right? So like Henry Cavill when he did Geralt, he did that because he loves The Witcher. Loves it. He didn't need the money. He still doesn't need the money. But of course, he wanted to play Geralt. Granted, we all saw how that turned out, but regardless, he got to live his dream a little bit. He got to play a character he loves. He did it phenomenally. He was the best part of the whole thing. And he's just one example of many. Recently, if you've noticed, a lot of these guys who are or were movie stars have shifted real hard back to TV, and that used to not be a thing. Not really. It was one of those weird dichotomy things, these weird delineations where if you were a TV actor, you were a TV actor. It was hard to break out. But you could probably be okay on TV. You can Michael Landon that shit, make all kinds of money, right? Or you could be in movies and maybe have a 5 to 10 year career like most guys who make it do, and then you just kind of go off into the sunset. But you're going to make a lot of money, usually. It's one or the other. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I think one of the reasons they're going into TV, you're talking about the residuals. The residuals dried up because, back in the day, you put out a movie and, 6 months later or whatever, that movie would get put out on video or DVD, and I guess they would get their residuals through the sales of that. They don't have that no more because now, even though you can still buy DVDs of movies, most people are not doing it. Most people are going, it'll be out on Netflix in like 2 months or whatever.
Yep.
Or whatever streaming platform that it's exclusive to, because that's the other thing. They don't have that mass distribution like you did with DVDs and videotapes.
Right.
Yep. Anybody could get a hold of it. Now it's like, oh, you're doing this movie for Disney, that's only going to be on Disney Plus. So you're doing this thing for Amazon, it's only going to be on Amazon or Apple or whatever the fuck.
Apple. I don't know anything that's on Apple. I've never seen a single Apple anything. It's a whole other universe I've never been a part of. So now the pond is a lot smaller for them, and whatever residuals they do get from that, I imagine is a fraction of what it would have been just 10 years ago. Right.
And the other thing that you kind of touched on a little bit is, I think, creative control. That the stars themselves get to do way more creative shit, because not just because they're creative, but because of the name. Like, you get Tom Hardy on a Moblin, yeah, you're gonna let him do. You're gonna let him freestyle a little bit more
Yeah, he,
than
Right.
he's really good at that. Yeah.
random gangster A over here. You know,
No, no, no.
so and then look at some of the other shows that have popped off. Right, Tulsa King. Right, wasn't a couple of years ago. Everybody was talking about
Yep.
how Tulsa King brought Stallone back after he had been basically dormant for like a decade,
Right.
and
It's simple fun.
because
I did watch that. It's just simple fun.
yeah, but it allowed Stallone to be Stallone and do something
Yeah,
he clearly wanted to do,
yeah.
which
And
I
it,
don't think a lot of these studios are allowing for anymore. That you just can't get to go in there and you can't go in there and pitch your ideas to the studios anymore. They already have like a preset formula what they want to do,
probably, yeah.
where you can probably go to these streaming platforms who are desperate for anything because they're bleeding money all over the place,
Yeah.
and you can pitch them something and go, "Well, shit, we wouldn't have accepted this from Chester Busby, but it's Tom Hardy. This is bound to work."
Right. No, I agree with that. But let me just catch up with the chat because whilst I was making my coffee, holy shit. Let me read some of this. Eric says Hardy got fired a few weeks ago from the show, something to do with Helen Mira. Who's Helen Mira? Mirren, you mean?
Helen Mirren.
Yeah, okay. All right. Also, the theory is that he was the wild child from Road Warrior and not actually Max. I heard that. Um, Maple Chic says he was great as the grown up feral kid in Fury Road. Yeah. I was very disappointed with that movie. Eric says he's saying that you're going to love season 4 from. You guys enjoy that. Booster says Mobland is a neat show too. Um, from is my favorite ongoing show, says Booster. Helen Mirren is denying that her and Tom Hardy had a falling out. Well, she's probably high maintenance, to be honest. Let's be fair. Um, Eric talking about From some more. Helen Mirren and Pierce Bronson are also in Mobland, and they're both fantastic in it. Thank you, Booster. Alan says, I'll tell you, the Odyssey is going to be shocking as hell. Yeah, in what way? Chester, you should be quiet. Shut up, Booster. All right. So, with all that said,
With
um,
all that said,
Uh, cool. You guys talked about Mobland. I don't know what the
I'm
situation is, but
I'm gonna talk about From for a second. I'm pretty excited about it.
sure.
Like I said, the wife and I um, were waiting until it was all out so we could just binge it because they're not tricking, they're not nickel and diming me, Chester. I'm done with that. I know what they're doing. They're trying to extend it, get you that extra payment so they can get you. Um, so what I did is, what was interesting, Amazon, because Amazon's the one who has MGM now, so you can get MGM Plus right through them. Had a special going for 2 months for 99 cents a month. I said, well, I'll have that, and then it'll be done next week, I believe is in the last episode that's coming out this season. So I'll get my whole deal and a month of it for $2. I said, all right. All right.
All right, all right.
It's one of those things that they've been doing. Amazon especially does it, where they drag it out and they release it weekly like an old TV show. I can't stand it anymore. I think Netflix really did change everything, at least for me. I want to watch it all. I want to be able to sit there and binge it, watch 2 or 3, 4 episodes, whatever, how much time I have, and then burn through it as quickly as possible. I can't stand the weekly episodic thing anymore. It just drives me nuts. It's not. It doesn't add to the experience for me. It's a detriment for me, in my opinion. That's just my opinion.
I see. Anything else on From?
Nope. I don't know what's going on in season 4. I haven't watched any of it.
Now, I know that Elrod is trying to be comedic.
Oh boy,
However,
he's trying.
he's trying. However, Elrod, he said, "What did I miss? Did Tom Hardy finally get his Hawk the Slayer movie greenlit?" Dude, I would be there all day for a remake of Hawk the Slayer with frickin' Tom Hardy. What are you talking about? That'd be awesome. Um, Booster says, Thunder, first off, half of season 4 is real glum. Well, no shit. It's from real hopelessness. But they've got plans and answers now. I got all sorts of theories, and I'm very excited. I'm glad Booster wasn't here for the spoilers, where I told him, said exactly what they were doing in that show. So don't watch that episode, Booster. Okay. Um, but I will. I want to divert slightly based on something
Diversion.
Thundero said. Divert, yeah, slightly from what, something based on what Thundero had said, talking about the future of acting in Hollywood and all that stuff. You
Yep.
guys know that every day I spend time on the computer working, doing translation and other stuff, just like many of you. I'm sure many of you guys, your at least a portion of your work is on the computer, right?
Yep.
Um, Uh, so they're
Oh,
saying that I'm very low and you're blowing out speakers. I don't know why. My nothing is unadjusted. I can adjust Thundero. Let's see here.
Adjust me up.
Let's see if this helps. I put him at normal rates and I am set at the standard. Okay, very good. Let me just work on this real quick for a second. Yep, no, it looks fine. All right. Anyway, we'll see. But what was I talking about? Oh yeah. so So I'll put this a little closer to see if that helps. Because I do that, as I'm sure many of you do, but whilst I'm working, I always have some audio going on the side with me, right? And it's usually educational stuff because that's what I like, right? As Thundera says, I am benign. All right, fine.
Banal.
Banal, banal. We'll go whatever the B word. Okay.
English
Uh,
teacher.
yeah,
Everyone.
English teacher. But the past couple of weeks,
do you ever do that just to fuck with your students?
Just tell them the
do
wrong word.
Just say English out the blue.
no, I don't. No, I'm very concise. Obviously, it's my job. But past couple of weeks, I've been really focusing on technology news, which I get in binges, just like we all do.
Mhm.
And the big bulk of that is AI. And holy shit, dude, what's coming in 2027 is going to completely change how we interact with the digital world. I mean, truly, truly. One of the things that's coming out right now, and if you have the money, go buy one of these computers as they come out. They have new chips, and built into these chipsets in these new computers, they have what they're calling uh, a swarm AI agent, right? And what these agents are going to be able to let you do is, let's say you have a business like mine and you want to create a better homepage, or you want to create a budget plan, or whatever thing you want to do. What this does is, not only can you what you do is you have one AI that is kind of put in charge of the project, whatever that may be, and then that AI will bring on all other kind of AIs to do various different specific things that are needed in that plan, right? So what you're having is literally a swarm of AI working on not just one, an entire swarm of them working on whatever project you want. Now, the way this is going to play out in entertainment is, and Elon has already told us this several times, we maybe should have listened to him, right? Because he said it with complete confidence. Um, this whole movie thing and video game thing, it's coming to an end. You're going to be making your own video games and your own movies, is what's going to happen. And honestly, I suggest everybody here buy one of these AI Swarm agent computers that are coming out and learn how to use it, because it's designed mostly to help you run a business, manage your life, whatever. It's meant to. That's the intention. But of course, it also can be applied to other things, especially entertainment. Where the absolute cataclysmic shift we're about to see, I'm telling you, dude, it's literally 8 months away. It's not that long. It's not that far in the future. Because I've been paying very close attention to what they're doing and what the intention of this is. and I've listened to many different people talking on it, using because they already have these things. So I've seen demonstrations of it,
Why would I do
etc.
this? I'm already signed in.
It's
Why?
really impressive what they're doing. So the future is going to be very different, and therefore, in response to what Thundera had said, I don't think you're going to have actors or studios at all in the future. I think it's all going away, all
Bye.
of it.
Yeah, eventually it will. I think you'll still have them. You'll have kind of like you have now, where you have artists who use the AI to amplify their own stuff. I think you'll have some of that, but they'll be the really true experts in it. So basically, you'll have the engineers who are kind of like the performers in a way. They'll be the artists of it, and they'll be able to help guide the AIs and help show them what they need to do, right, to make it look believable and authentic. Um, and just as a, it's like a supervisory role. But I do think mostly it's going away, and I think it's a good thing. And I'll tell you why it's a good thing, because actors are the dregs of society. They always have been in every society that's ever mattered, and it's about time we put them back where they belong.
Yeah. No, they never used to have the power that they've had recently. That is true. But
Yeah.
I didn't specify it or didn't give enough information. Let me give an example of what you can do. And this was an example that I heard them show. And oddly enough, it was in regards to comic books, right?
Yep.
So basically, what you can do is you can talk to your AI agent, right? You say, all right, we're going to start a comic book company, and you tell them I'm going to call it this, and the AI will give you various input on that name that you gave and maybe possible better names or possible things. But you start that out. Now, what the AI is going to do is it's going to hire the word they're using is hire, but and that might have something to do with how they're going to market this. The agent is going to hire artists, inkers, colorists, letterers, writers, editors, and marketers. Everything you need to make a comic book company. And I don't mean a single comic book, I mean a company that puts out 10, 20 comics a month, right?
Yep.
And they do it in literally overnight. It'll be completely done, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's that is a radical shift from what we've seen, dude. That is a radical shift.
Well, it's going from everything being scribed to printing press.
It
What it is.
is.
It's
It
it's
is
that level of a jump.
industrial. It's an
So
industrial
you're
jump.
gonna see you're gonna see the scribes go away, but the people who know how to make that printing press sing, they're
Yeah.
gonna
Oh,
become
yeah.
kings.
That's why I'm saying people should get these computers and learn how that shit works, dude. You should
Yep.
be on the cutting edge of that. I'm going to be. I
And I
guarantee
think
you.
what you're gonna see is you have to remember people are real fucking lazy. So
Well,
what you're going to see is, even though they have the ability to just make whatever they want whenever they want, they're not going to, and they're just going to use preloaded situations and bots and what have you. And it'll basically end up being the same way it is now, but it'll be a much different market. Whereas you don't have the top-down mega distributors like you do
right.
in
That's the
movies and
thing.
whatever.
You're not going to have
It'll
big
be
studios in
smaller
charge of
ones.
shit. Yeah.
Yeah, more
But
niche, where you just go to a website and download it, and bam, you plug it in, pay them $20 or whatever it is, whatever the market says it is, and there it is. It'll be very similar, actually. It's kind of crazy how well he called this. It'll be very similar to the brain dances from Cyberpunk, where it's made by small people usually, and then you get this file and you upload the file into your little machine, and there you go. It'll make it for you.
yeah.
And then obviously you could customize it when you need to, right? But yeah.
Yeah, but it's going to open the market incredibly. Is what it's going to do. Because you're right, most people are lazy and they'll just buy something, right? Or,
Yep.
or
It's
play
easier.
demos or watch demos. You're right. But there's a lot of us who will take advantage of the situation. I suggest Eric and all you comic book artists, you should get on that because I think that you could actually help expand yourself. Be on the
I
ground
would
floor of that.
love a holodeck, Chester.
Oh, that would be
Holodeck me.
cool. We're a little bit away from that, I have a feeling. However,
We
you
do got
mentioned something.
holograms.
We do, but you mentioned something about most people being lazy. Is there like a
That's
drink or a pill I could get for that? That'd be,
a
I
lazy
would,
pill.
I would like a little laziness. It would be nice.
Oh, I have enough. Would you like some of mine? I could spare
Please,
some.
please. Well, do keep in mind, other than it's Father's Day, happy Father's Day once again to everybody. But today, of course, for me is the day after. It's Monday, and it's my birthday, right?
Happy birthday! What?
Thank you. Thank you. Happy birthday to me.
Birthday,
But
nigga.
of course, I will be working all day. Although when I do
Yeah,
get home around 10 o'clock at night, my wife has made my annual red velvet cake. So I do get cake today. I'm happy about that.
excellent,
Happy
excellent.
about
That's
that.
good. That's
Yeah, but
good.
I can't remember the last time I didn't work on my birthday.
Yeah, that's a pretty. Is it a Western thing to not work on your birthday? A lot of people try and get their birthday off.
Yeah, no,
I
it's definitely
personally don't
American. Yeah.
give a shit about birthdays. I've always hated them. Even when I was a kid, I thought it was a waste of energy and time. But I'm the same way with holidays too. I think it's stupid. Uh, so it never bothered me. I didn't care if I was working on my birthday.
Yeah, no, I
Who
don't
cares?
really
It's the
care
day.
either. I'm being sarcastic, but I don't hate
Yep.
it. I just no, I'm not a kid anymore, and I don't have kids around. Holidays and stuff like that is when you got kids in the house. You want to make
Yep.
sure there's holidays, changing of seasons. It's all about teaching culture, right? But once the
Mhm.
kids are out, you and the wife, maybe go in for an anniversary, get yourself dinner, go get a hotel, maybe, or little things. You don't need to get so crazy about it, right? Because
Right.
honestly, during the year, if I want something, I buy it. If I want to get my wife a gift, I do so. Right? I
Right.
don't care when it is.
Yeah. No, I don't. I also am very particular about gifts. I hate them. Don't give me them. Uh, I just don't like it. I don't like the social. What's the call? I guess we'll call it responsibility. That's not the word I'm looking for, though. Of it,
Contract.
the burden. Yeah. Yes. I think it's silly. I think there's too much of that goes along with gifts and
Yeah.
gift giving, especially if you're giving them to females. Now, my
Oh
wife isn't
well,
really like that,
that's a
but other
woman
women
thing.
definitely are.
Oh yeah. I
Uh,
leave my wife to that.
my
That's her
wife's not
job.
like that at all. She you could get her something that was $5, and as long as it was something she actually wanted, she's over the moon.
Yeah, a lot of
She's
people
super
are like
grateful
that
like that.
actually. Yeah, most
Yeah,
people aren't
big.
so, spoiled, rotten,
Yeah.
nasty, vapid shits. Yeah, no. Most
Well,
people
I
aren't.
always because I grew up in a household where gratitude was punished is the wrong word. It just didn't. Nobody cared, right? I was the baby of the baby, so I was just very overlooked most of my life. So I don't know how to react. I don't know what is too much for people because you never know. Some people get real weird if you're very grateful for them giving you a gift. Like they get weird about it. And then other people get no matter there's no level of gratitude that'll ever be enough for their
Right.
horrific sacrifice of buying you a $20 present. Uh, it,
Yeah.
so I just would rather not. I would
Well,
rather not
yeah,
be
well,
involved in it.
then don't come to Japan because they've industrialized that shit.
Oh
I
God.
call it the omiyagi senso, which omiyagi means souvenir, a souvenir, and senso means
Hmm.
war. But yeah, it's this constant battle. Anytime I'm a teacher, so
Right.
I get gifts all the time in Japan,
Hmm.
constantly. And my wife says, "Who gave it to you?" And she writes it down, right? And then she has to give something back. It's ridiculous. It's insane.
I hate it.
I
That's
hate
why I
yeah,
hate it.
I don't I'm indifferent, but I don't have to worry about it because they ain't my business. I stay right the hell out of that.
You can be
Anyway,
like, oh, I'm a white guy. I don't understand. You
yeah,
get to pull that card.
yeah, it's perfect.
Barbarian. Pull a
I
barbarian
am
card.
barbarian. Nambanjin me. Yeah.
See,
It's
you
where
just have to work it to your advantage. That's
I
all.
do, dude. You know I do. You know I do. I play that shit all the time, man. But anyway, I don't know. Maybe I should check out Mobland because, like I said, Tom is really good at playing a mobster. He's good at that.
Tom's a good actor. He's a
Yeah,
really good actor. He
yeah.
just gets some weird roles sometimes, like Eddie Brock. It's a strange choice
It is.
for Tom. Strange pick, but he made 3 successful movies, so maybe we're stupid. He made
My
a lot of
favorite.
money.
Yeah, no, fair enough. And my favorite character from him is Alfie Solomons from Peaky Blinders. It's so
Yep,
good. It's so
he's
freaking good.
pretty good.
But
I liked him as Bane. It was just so over the top silly. Right? If
yeah,
you watch that movie more as like a campy movie, it's the best movie ever made because it's so ridiculous. Bane, he's so over the top, but he has such great lines. If he didn't have that ridiculous voice, that accent, it would have been he would have been one of the best villains we've ever seen.
I think the
But
people that's the
but that
problem.
that damn voice is
So
so
ridiculous.
ridiculous.
So ridiculous. What they should have done actually
Do you
is
feel in charge?
they should have gone hired they should have went and hired Diesel or one of the big boys from WWE, right?
Yeah,
And
Batista
had
in his
and
prime.
and put the mask on him, but make sure you can hear clearly and have Tom voice it is what they should have done.
Yes.
They should have done the
No,
Darth Vader thing.
when that movie came out, Batista was in his prime. He was probably 330, 350, somewhere in there of walking muscle. He would have been perfect to be the body double. But nah, no, we didn't get that. We got a 5'5" guy. I mean, he was in good shape. I'll give him that, but he's real small. It's not exactly Bane.
I know. Well, he takes his job seriously. He's an actor that does
Yeah,
take his job seriously. But anyway, let's move away from that. So I'm going to have to go check Mobland, I guess. But I would whatever happened, the internet blew up over it because I've seen so many comments on him and Mobland. I was surprised. Anyway, we got this.
interesting. I am not in there, so somebody else has to read it.
That would be Grimlock.
Already, Avengers Doomsday leaks look more real, but it comes with a cat. What the fuck does that even mean?
Okay, I'll explain it.
Looks more real, but comes with a catch.
Yeah, I'll. This is one of those headlines that you have to know. And that's a mistake.
Chester,
You should never have a headline that has to be known to know.
yes. Also, my autism is kicking in. Is more real correct conjugation? Wouldn't it be realer?
You can use more real in this case. You can.
Huh. Doesn't sound right to me. Okay, go ahead.
I actually would never use realer personally.
What
But
about realist?
realistic,
No,
I would
realist. Like that's the realist.
no. I would have said more realistic. I wouldn't have used more real. In this case, real is the correct choice because what? Once again, you have to know this headline, which is stupid. All right. Let me explain. All right. Um, that you should Will Harrington, if you're listening, never do this again. All right. Um,
Yep.
the deal is this: a leak came out and about Doomsday. I didn't catch it. You guys better didn't catch it because we don't because the ultimate. I'm going to get to the ultimate point here in a minute. But it came out, and a lot of people say, "No, it's AI. It's fake. It's AI. It's fake." Well, then Disney started. Anybody who was talking about it, they started copywriting and shutting it all down, which of course proves it's real. Now it has been confirmed that it is indeed real, right? So after the fact, because this is on the 18th, as you see. But this is the thing. In this, there's a clip that came out, and it shows that you got Steve Rogers there. You got some dude, which is old Steve Rogers. So we got no, that's not. That's Yeneva. You got Steve Rogers here holding Mjolnir, but he doesn't have the shield. You got old Nightcrawler sitting right here. And they're just going on and on about, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, look at all that, oh my God, oh my God, that kind of thing going on. And
Mm-hmm.
it got confirmed that he is not Captain America, but he is Thor Man. Okay. And we see a bunch of actors who played the X-Men from Fox are aged up and in this, so they're just dumping X-Men on you in this, just dumping it, all of it. Although Famke is
Excellent.
not in it though, as playing
Gene.
Jean Grey, right? She's not in it, right? So somebody else is doing that. However, this was what all the hype is about. It turned out to be real, but after that's all said and done, and the internet's all, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, do you see that? Oh my god! I would then therefore put this forward. Who gives a shit?
Not me.
Is anyone actually interested in this horseshit? Anybody?
Yes. Normies are.
I have no interest whatsoever. I could care less.
I don't even
I
think
would.
they are. I've heard more of them talk about Spider-Man than this.
Well, it's
Spider-Man's
Spider
getting
Man,
a
of
lot of
course.
bad press, though, man. A lot of people don't like that trailer. I didn't either. I'm kind of
Which the
open-minded about
second
it,
trailer?
but no, a lot of
Because the
people,
second
Um,
trailer
a lot of
came out this
negative
week.
comments on Spider-Man actually because of that trailer, dude.
I would say this is far more interesting, the Spider-Man trailer. I didn't like the trailer much either. I thought the tone was weird.
Yeah,
But Scorpion looked really cool.
he
So
did.
that's nice.
A lot of the, like I said, we don't know until we see it. That's always true. That's always true. Like I said, Mortal Kombat's trailer looked fun. It was not, right? And this is
I thought
having,
it was fun. Come on. It
yeah,
was just
no,
a mess.
and that was not, that was a really bad movie. But the point being is, of course, we have no idea, right? Spider-Man, the last one was a great family movie, family fun. People loved it. There's no reason
Mhm.
to think this one's going to be bad. Most of the comments are coming out, and it's kind of the same thing. It was in the back of my head while I watched it. Why, oh dear God, why is everything in the trailer focused on Zendaya?
Because the star of the movie is a simp for his fiance, wife, whatever she is, and he refuses to do those movies without her. That's why she's in it. That's the only reason they brought her back, is because Tom Holland demanded it.
Well, we could get
And
rid of
he's
Tom
Spidey.
Holland. I think it's kind of time we got a new Spider-Man, to be honest with you.
I wholeheartedly agree with you. I've never much liked Tom as Spidey. He's too small. I mean, Spider-Man doesn't have to be a great big guy, but come on, man. 5'4"? What are we doing?
He is
He's not 5'4". Yeah.
He is a midget.
He's also just Tom's just not that good of an actor. He's not a terrible actor, but he's just not. Listen, we watched Toby and Andrew Garfield do it better. They just did. Toby did it better than Andrew, in my opinion, but Andrew did it better than Tom. And it's kind of hard to watch Tom and take him seriously when it comes to this. So hopefully we do get a new Spider-Man soon, and it isn't fucking Miles Morales, because that's what they want to do. You know it is. And we get back to, just fucking make Spider-Man. I don't understand why they can't just take the L and accept that they cannot replace the core of Stan Lee's greatest creation.
No.
They can't do it.
And this one, he's going through some weird metamorphosis. It's just weird.
I think they're doing like Man Spider or something, but come on, Tom's not the right guy for that.
No.
He doesn't have the edge. He's not. You can't take him credible.
No. And of course, this Doomsday thing, back when the initial announcement, you had all the standard hate being thrown at it. It's kind of quieted down. But I really don't see this. Who knows? You never know.
I'm going to go out on a limb, Chester.
It could be a blockbuster.
It's going to be. It's going to make money. I'm going to go out on a limb. Might not make a lot because it's going to cost a lot, but it's going to make its money back. Just like Force Awakens made a ton of money, right? But I will say I think it's going to make money. I think it's actually going to be pretty good. I think they're going to surprise everybody. We know that the people making it can make a good movie. The Russos have made the only two really, really, really good MCU movies. Robert Downey Jr. is involved. They're paying him an astronomical amount of money. So I really do think this is going to be pretty good. The problem will be the second half of it. I think we're going to get Infinity War into Endgame again, is what they're going to do. And everybody's going to probably suck off the second half, just like they do Endgame, even though you and me are rational people and can watch that movie and be like, that's some dog shit. That ain't a good movie at all.
And they kind of already hinted way back, if you remember, at making this a two-parter. They already did that, right?
No, they are, 100%.
Yeah, 100%. Now, Booster says he still hadn't seen the Tom Holland Spider-Man. The last one that came out, honestly,
it's good.
Really it is fun, but it is a kids movie though. So
it's really good. I recommend it. It's definitely his best movie as Spider-Man. It's his best Spider-Man movie. It's up there. It's about as good as Tobey's first Spider-Man movie. Now, I wouldn't say it's as good as the second one, but because that's heresy. But it's up there with the first Spider-Man movie, in my opinion. I think it's really good. The story's a little bit silly because of all the Doctor Strange stuff, but the acting in it's actually really good. They actually give him his fucking motto and his whole life's purpose in it. Finally, 8 movies, whatever it is he finally gets it.
But now they're reversing it in these trailers. If they've gone
we'll see.
Everything they set up, they're going against. Dude, it's obvious.
We'll see if he reverses it or not. This is Peter Parker still. He might still not get his girl at the end. There's a very good chance. I'm hoping we get some Parker luck, some bad Parker luck for once. I want him to suffer.
Yeah, but then this brings up another issue that I have with Hollywood of late. They
Yeah.
always want to ball bust the guy and have his girl with somebody else. They always do this.
Yes, they have
And I
hard
hate
cuck
that
shit.
shit. I hate that shit.
Yes, I agree. They're doing
However,
it in this one too. Right out of the
uh,
gate, they showed you she's got some boyfriend.
she does. And Alan says, I'm 5'4" as he cries, holding a puck action figure. Hey now, hey now.
Listen, ain't nothing wrong with the short king. Spider-Man's just not one of them. He's
Hmm.
normal height. He's
Hmm.
not big. He's not short. He's right in the middle.
Yeah, that's true. He is an American,
Well,
and they got a Brit put in there.
Wolverine. Wolverine's my boy, and he's a little short boy, a little short king. He'll fuck you up, but he's a little short boy.
Yeah, yeah. Are we getting Filipino hobgoblin? Is that true? But yeah, I don't know. Whatever. But we'll see how all this works out. But in the end, we know what they're playing at, and they're not backing up. It's going to be complete and utter nonsense. They always want to destroy the relationships. They always want to cuck the characters out, and of course, they're doing it
Yep.
again. They're just awful that way. Uh, but
Well,
uh,
I don't know about the new Spider-Man. We'll see if it's any good. It's not going anywhere near the direction I wanted it to go. Very clearly, I was hoping we were going to get some gang violence, some gang war uh, stuff with Spidey, since they seem to be wanting to focus only on New York, and at least that's what they said. They were going to try and bring him down from world-ending bullshit. Uh, And I was really hoping, especially since they were talking about Punisher's going to be in it, I was like, "Oh man, we could do something really cool. Maybe get Kingpin in here. We could do something interesting here. We have because to me personally, aside from Venom and Craven, to me, Spider-Man's best stories are always when he's fighting gang members. In my opinion, I love his gang war storylines. I think they're great, especially Kingpin. Obviously, he's the man. Um, so it'd be really nice to see a decent take on that because we never had it in any of the Spider-Man movies. He's always fighting one of his bigger villains, his more fantastical villains, uh, typically, and it's never really just about him dealing with the mafia. And it'd be nice to see. I
yeah,
think. I think
we're
it'd be
not
fun.
we're not going to get that either. It's all going to be him pining over Mary Jane and
Yep. No, no,
whatever
that's not her
metamorphosis
name.
shit.
That's not her name.
Oh yeah,
Her name's
okay.
Michelle Jones or some bullshit.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Sure. Anyway, I thought we'd take a moment here and maybe see if there's any coming trailers we'd like to look at. If
Yep.
there's anything we might be interested in. The top layer here is, of course, of the newest ones, just past few days. I don't recognize any of that at all.
No.
Okay,
Mm-mm.
as we
Nope.
come down.
Mm-mm.
Of course, we were just talking about this trailer, and I didn't really care for it. Keanu
They had
talking
their
about
chance, man.
yeah, Keanu talking about his one of his true loves, which are motorcycles. His
Yep.
stupidly expensive motorcycle is actually selling quite well, oddly enough.
Yep.
So but he is Keanu. So there's that. We don't need to see that. Brotherhood, a cinematic. Fuck off. Okay. The Westies. Now, no, I did see the trailer. I watched this trailer, and it's basically kind of a British gangland type of story, right?
Yep.
Which they do a lot of. Let's be fair. Okay. So that you guys, chirp out if you see something you want me to play.
I mean, the
Um,
only thing I'm interested in so far, if you go back up, is over off to the side. Wait, go up. What's this Tim Allen Eyes Toy Story 5 co-star for a potential Galaxy Quest sequel?
yeah, I
I would
saw
be
that.
very interested in a new Galaxy Quest if Tim's involved.
Yeah, but
Um,
I did check this article and I didn't put it up today because it's literally just Tim Allen wants to do it.
yeah.
That's
Well,
it.
from what I understand, the whole cast that's still alive wants to do it, but they stopped because what's his name died.
Rickman, yeah.
Yeah, he died, and they just said it didn't feel right without him. But if Tim's out here talking about it, maybe he knows more than we do.
Maybe, maybe.
I love Galaxy Quest. Great movie, great fun time.
Absolutely awesome. Yeah, it's great fun.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's now we know that who's that weirdo that does like Family Guy and stuff? McFarlane, is that his
Seth
name?
MacFarlane. Yeah,
That weird creepy guy.
he is
Um,
a weird man,
he
odd
is,
man.
and he came out with the Orville, which was absolute shit. Absolute shit.
Didn't like the Orville, huh?
Fuck that noise. That was more woke than the fucking Star Trek. What are you on about?
It was
But
pretty woke, yeah.
it was very woke. It was nonsense. And of course, what they were trying to do is catch some of the fever off of Galaxy Quest and failed
hmm
miserably,
hmm
right?
Well, they were
Uh,
also trying to make, a Star Trek show. But he couldn't help but interject his juvenile humor, and that's, I think,
Stupid.
what derailed it.
And his gayness. Let's not leave that out, shall we?
He claims to be straight. I'm just saying, he claims to be heterosexual.
He does love him some gay, though.
Mm-hmm.
So we got Tom Hiddleston here doing a documentary on Pompeii. Dude, you can't tell me anything about Pompeii. Just fuck off. Okay. Um, Heartstopper Forever.
Oh
Gay.
boy, clearly
Gay.
gay.
Okay.
Shrek 5.
Yeah, more Zendaya shit. I boycott. Okay.
Should we? I mean, how many Shreks are we gonna make, guys? We're at that's got to be like the 7th movie. I'm pretty sure because you you have ones
Yeah,
that
those
aren't
short too.
numbered.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them out there. I don't know. I like Shrek though. Shrek's fun.
The next Pixar, I guess. This is the next Pixar from Disney. Hexed. Do we want to
Oh
watch
boy,
it? Is this exciting?
no. Mm-mm.
Alan says he
Mm-mm.
liked the Orville, but he's from California. Yeah, well,
Yeah, I didn't mind it either. It's woke as hell, but it is what it is. I wasn't trying to take it seriously. No investment, I guess.
yeah. Strange
I
New
hear
Worlds.
Strange New Worlds is pretty good. I've never watched it though.
Yeah, but it's
I've
got
heard it's
that.
okay.
It's super woke though, dude.
They can't help themselves.
Muff diving. No, sorry, muffled. I was close. Is this
Mhm.
a horror movie or is it just more lesbian gay shit?
Horror.
So,
There it is.
footage. Premiere. Don't care. In the film, years after their childhood friend Greta vanishes, is it her name Thunberg? That'd be good. Without a trace, true crime enthusiast Nora and Harper return to their hometown to solve the mystery, armed with cameras, microphones, and possibly misguided gumption. We haven't seen that word in a while.
Oh
They
boy,
set
there's a
out to
word.
uncover the truth. Their documentary project soon uncovers disturbing ties to sinister creepypastas and rumored occult rituals. As their investigation spirals into the internet's darkest corners, reality begins to glitch, and the lines between sleuth and subject starts to blur. Read the official synopsis. I just read it. Okay, don't care. I don't care. Why did I watch? Why did I do that? Is this our night nurse?
Interesting.
Psychosexual. What the fuck is psychosexual thriller? Uh,
It's softcore porn. That's what it is.
No, it's just like literally just a caregiver. Sue them into oblivion. Disney, get them, get them. Life, Larry, and the Pursuit of Unhappiness. Oh God, British
Oh
comedy.
boy.
Let's see here.
Oh boy. Fast and Furious.
Got-
Gato.
Oh, sacrilege is about to take
Here
place.
it's coming. They're gonna do it.
Oh my God, dude. This is a frickin' holy sacred cow, dude. I don't know what you're thinking.
They the people who own it don't care. They wanted money, so they got some. From Netflix. Yeah, no, this is going to be a train wreck. I'm assuming. We could be wrong. Maybe Netflix, for some reason, will decide to do it right, but I'm not holding my breath.
Oh my God, Netflix. Oh, this is. I'm clicking it. It's being clicked.
Tell me, Mr. Ingalls, what brought you to this land? A fresh start for my family.
This will be our new forever.
Oh yeah, she's a mulatto girl. That makes a lot
Welcome
of
to
sense.
Independence, Mr. Ingalls.
There's no post office, no church, no school.
What do you think?
So small.
What we wanted, right? To be at the beginning of something.
Hello.
Well,
We're building a house nearby. Maybe we're neighbors.
I'd be careful if I were you.
There's nothing free about this land at all. I can't have strangers walking into my house uninvited. I think they'd say the same thing.
you know, Key.
A I've seen entire families freeze to death out here. Get taken by fever, wolves. It is a myth that men can make it out here alone.
We have to go back.
Do you notice how many of the characters look very modern?
Yes.
It isn't better here.
I noticed that those annoying fucking drums they have in every goddamn trailer.
Why
Somebody
are
to focus
I
on
want to fucking kill whoever made them.
So instantly what I'm saying is you have cucked out Charles Ingalls because clearly his wife made those babies with a black man or an Indian or something. Okay, so there's one. Two, Mama Ingalls was one of the most
No.
motherly, supportive women you could ever imagine.
She was, a wife and mother. I know. Crazy Hollywood. Those exist.
But yet you already see her questioning her husband. All right.
Whining. Already whining.
Now, Charles, to be fair, and the family interacting with people of different races, sure, they weren't not like that at all.
No,
So
they
that's
do.
not an issue.
One of Laura's good friends is an Indian girl.
Yeah, they weren't like that at all.
How will we ever know till we try?
Dude, you are going to get hammered because you know they're going to make one of those girls lesbian curious. You know they will. You know they will.
Of course they will. They can't help themselves. They
Hope
cannot help themselves.
you are going to get absolutely burned to the ground. You better make
Look,
sure.
here's how you know it's coming. Even if for some reason it doesn't happen in this season, so let's say this season's straight as an arrow. They already have a second season lined up. You know it's coming. You know it's coming.
Yeah.
No,
'Cause
the problem is you just don't have our boy, and that's as good as the show was, a lot of it was carried on the back of Michael. It just was. He was the centerpiece. He was the star, and you don't have that.
Well, and when I was a kid, I had to read her diary, the diary of
Yeah.
Laura Ingalls, right? And it was, we actually had to read back in the day, weird. But
Crazy.
the one thing about her writings is most of her conversations, there were some things about her and her sister and school and life and all that kind of stuff, but most of it was about her father.
Yeah, she loved her father.
Respected the hell out of her dad, boy, I tell you that.
He was a bad dude. He was tough. He was kind, but he was, he wasn't. He was a hard man. He was a pioneer frontier man. He had to be a little hard.
And to be fair, the TV show, because it was on TV at that era, there was some certain harder things that they wouldn't cover, but it did get it pretty right though. It was pretty accurate. And if they go and they rough this up and woke this up, and just in this little clip right here, do not put a sex scene in this, you motherfuckers.
Yeah, they shouldn't even really imply it. It's not needed. They obviously have sex. They have children, for crying out loud. We don't need to, we don't need sexual tension between the parents in this. You just don't need it. It adds nothing.
In my brain, though, this thought never came in of remaking Little House on the Prairie. That is such a sacred cow. Do you realize during that era, not all, but there were certain American TV shows that got syndicated all over the planet, the planet, right? The Waltons did not, unfortunately, but the Little House on the Prairie did. Knight Rider did. A-Team did. There are certain things that made it to the entire planet. Little House on the Prairie, you can go to pretty much any country in the world with people around my age, they watched this growing up.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's weird, but it's true. I've spoken to many people around the world on my own, but also here on the art show. And we all saw our Little House on the Prairie. They are playing with fire, boy, because people are very
and they don't care
of this. They don't care, but you know what I mean. This didn't even come to my head, but now that it's in front of me, I'm like, whoa, dude, wow.
Chester, this is the same company that made Jesus gay.
Yeah, no,
remember that?
I know, but
in cuties.
That is true. But did you guys even see Little House on the Prairie?
Yeah, of
Oh yeah,
course.
You did. Okay.
everybody
Of
did.
course.
From that, I think from that era, like I think the show when I was a kid either had just ended its original run or was coming to the end of the original run. But yeah, that was still on TV when I was a kid. That was on TV. All the Michael Landon stuff was on
He was the
TV.
king.
Like you'd have you'd have reruns of Bonanza on the weekend. You'd have Little House on
Sure.
the Prairie like
Well,
early
he was
afternoon,
a very heavy drinker.
and
Well,
then on I want to say was it Thursday nights or Friday nights? Highway to Heaven,
Yep.
because I remember my mom watched Highway to
Chester,
Heaven.
I want you to know something real quick. Little House on the Prairie is one of the biggest shows streamed globally, period.
Yeah.
It
No,
has
it's huge.
13.3 billion minutes of viewing time in 1 year. It is massive. Even today, even now, on the streaming services that have it, it's massive. It's one of their biggest things. It might be, it's hard to tell, but it might be the biggest legacy thing that's streamed in the world.
Right. And keep in mind,
And that means that, and I actually agree with Elrod for once. Shocking, I know, but he's right. They're really playing with fire doing a remake now when the show is still kicking ass. What are we doing?
yeah.
Why are we doing it now?
Yeah, it is bizarre. Like I said, and a lot of people around the world, they their understanding of America is coming from that, right?
Right.
Now I know Hollywood went and changed a bunch of things, and in modern times, I get it. But that's kind of oh, this is what America is like, right? For a lot of people. I didn't know this would affect me so much, but I'm really really worried. These fuckers, dude. You know how they are.
So, just for reference, because I'm looking at it right now, Gunsmoke, old classic that it is. It beat it by over 3 billion minutes of viewing time. That's how they track
Wow.
it in streaming.
Wow.
That's how big Little House on the Prairie still is to this day on these streaming services. It's not just old people watching them. You can watch it with your grandkid because it's something you can watch with anybody. It's at
Well,
all ages and it's good.
And,
It's well
and,
done.
and how much you want to bet some faggot executive had been monitoring that and said, "Oh wow, this," because you know how they are. Oh, this
Yes.
brand still has cachet. We can read because I hate to tell everybody, especially the anti AI crowd, who's been bitching about, oh, if you have AI, you'll just have soulless product. It won't be art anymore. I hate to tell you this. That ship came and went 20 years ago when all of these
Yep.
companies start buying up every fucking thing, and they started referring to everything as fucking product and brands and content.
Yep.
That's when that shit happened. When these companies bought it, like when Disney fucking bought Marvel, Marvel didn't die with fucking Endgame. Marvel died on the date of purchase. When they came out with the fucking press release and they referred to it as fucking content, that was the day it died. So did Little House on the Prairie. They don't look at these things as art. They don't look at these things as somebody's legacy. They look at it as brand IP and fucking content, something they can just turn in for profit sharing. That's it. So somebody was probably looking, like what Thundaro mentioned, at all the streaming hours that Little House on the Prairie has, because as you also mentioned earlier, they're not looking to give new people a shot. They're not looking to take chances with nobody. They're not looking to give a new idea a chance. No matter how good the pitch is, you could probably have the most interesting pitch in the fucking world, but if it isn't something pre-established, they're not going to do it.
all
But
right.
somebody saw all of this and said, "Oh, perfect time. We can redo this and we can fuck it up."
Now, this lady who's the showrunner, she is
Of course.
She did Housemaid, which is Sydney Sweeney, I think. The Boys, she was involved with that, first season, and The Vampire
Strike,
Diaries, which I didn't watch.
strike three.
Well, I'm just saying, and I looked at
Strike
her
three.
Instagram, and
You-
nothing really egregious popped up.
Yeah, but look at what you just attached or something. You attached her most notable attached works are those three. Strike one, strike two, and strike three. She's out.
Fair enough.
Like
Oh, she's with
like
that guy. Ooh, that's not good. I just don't
see,
understand why the girls are not the same race as the parents.
because
Just
it
have her
has to
forbid.
reflect the world outside your window, in spite of the fact that this is supposed to set in, you know, in the 1800s in Middle America, where that shit wouldn't have happened.
Okay, I got. Well, I mean, it's not whether it would or wouldn't have happened. It's just that that's not the story we're dealing with. I'm probably overreacting to this, but you know,
No, no, I'm not saying it wouldn't have happened, but let's be frank. The chances of that happening was fucking small.
okay, it's a pri She's. Why would you, being a person who works on a movie, have a privated post? It's weird. Um,
Because she knows what
huh?
she's got.
Let's see here. Big Leap, Republic of Sarah, The Emperor of the those are I know those things, so that's not good. But whatever. We'll see. I'm gonna have to keep an eye on that because damn, dude. You never know. It could be done in full faith and done well. It could. It
Could
could
be.
be.
We're
Yeah.
hoping. We're praying
Yeah.
It's Netflix.
for a miracle at this point.
Yeah.
It's Netflix.
It is. I
Save
know.
your prayer.
I know.
Save your prayer on something that could actually happen.
They're re-releasing Fast and Furious. Don't care. Um, Brad Pitt and his dog. Oh yeah, I saw this trailer. Is kind of interesting. It's not bad. It's a survival movie, kind of like you remember Liam Neeson's The Gray.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like that. Okay. Souvenir. I don't know. Whatever. McKinney, whatever. Moana. Oh, dude, this is so bad looking. My wife was like, "What the hell is that?" And she doesn't swear. Um, don't care about Katy Perry at all. Another Dick Ryder from
Wow.
entertainment series, entertainment world. New Dog. I don't know. Dinosaur movie. Who is this? Meccanin and Grace?
Huh?
McKenna Grace, yeah, she's been around.
She looks like it. Mhm.
Well,
Oh, it's Paw Patrol. All right, it might be cute.
Should be.
remember they tried to say
But
Paw Patrol was fascist?
Oh my God. Well, these people don't know the meaning of this word, right?
It's just funny. Paw Patrol's fascism. It supports fascism.
This town
I
starts
want
ain't
that.
doesn't look very interesting.
I want the cutest little puppies in the world sending other puppies to the gulag. That's what I want.
Jesse McLeod, she's non-binary. Well, let me run to that one.
I bet you. Yeah, that's you all over, bud. I don't know why you're even hesitating.
I know.
Ice Age. This is what we're talking about. They're
Yeah,
completely devoid of ideas.
yeah.
Did we need 6 Ice Age movies? Did anybody need those?
No, but
To
I
be
will
honest,
tell you something that instantly is even more dumb. Fall 2.
I got you up right there. You're already up one up with that face. Why would they release this image? Why would they intentionally make her look worse? Look at her face. Look at Supergirl's face.
It's so bad.
She looks like she's a grandmother.
Unbelievable. But if you don't know the movie, Fall is an interesting little premise. Two ladies who want to be climbers. They climb an old radio tower, and the ladder breaks on them. They get stuck up there, and they have, they find their true relationship where they actually hate each other. It's great. Anyway, um, so why would you have a second one? How stupid do you want your characters to be? They do it again? Great.
Yeah.
They find out they hate
Now,
each other even more.
that's right. Now, Lucky is a military-esque film. Um, I don't know about this Eli Roth one, but his movies are, if you like horror movies,
I'll never understand Anna Taylor Joy's appeal. Why she's in anything? She
so
has the weirdest
creepy.
looking face of all time.
She's so creepy. Yeah,
It's disconcerting to look at for long periods of time.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But I will say this though. Um, what am I doing here? Let me do this instead. Okay. Now, have you guys seen this trailer for By Any Means?
Nope.
I have not.
Dude, I am watching this as soon as I can.
Old Marky Mark and the
Now,
Funky
Mark,
Bunch.
he's just he is like pretty much every actor. He does what he does. He is himself. The only thing that's different in this, they put a fake nose on him, right? However,
Excellent.
this is the pinnacle of Marky Markness. I'm going to play this, oh, dude, it looks so great. Watch this shit. Okay.
There goes those faggoty fucking drums again.
Yep.
Yeah.
Agent
They do
Strider,
They
love
can't help it.
why did you join the Bureau?
All right. So you
I
got a
believe-
black dude. This is set back in the 60s, I guess. And or maybe even the 50s. Of course,
Yeah, I'd say 50s with that car.
Black people are oppressed, right?
Yeah.
Um,
As he's in the FBI.
and he's
He's real
in the
oppressed.
FBI, so impressed. But he's sent out to do a mission because he has a problem because black people don't want to talk. White, no one wants to talk. So they decide to team him up with an actual gangster.
And I believe that Negroes
Come
have
talk
to
to
be
the feds.
getting it.
Yeah, get a gangster to help
Case
him
after
out.
case, unsolved.
So
Unsolved.
I mean, he'd probably be more professional than FBI agent. We know how crooked those sons of bitches are.
it is.
I'm gonna be honest.
More than sit behind a desk.
It is a black
This
and white. I'm sorry. Go
This
ahead.
almost sounds better if it was a reboot of another of a 48 hours than a series movie.
Something unorthodox.
Yeah, what happened to the buddy cop movie, man? Like, they used to be fun. Now everybody
Yeah,
tries to make
this
them all
is-
serious.
He's right though. This is more like 48 hours. Yeah, yeah. But it just, I mean, because it's giving you a premise and setting up here. Ooh, black people oppressed. He's got to go fight the KKK. Great. Okay. Awesome. But then Marky Mark shows up.
You will be partnered with someone.
You get into a
with
dance off with
organized
the
crime.
KKK.
No, watch this shit. Dude. Just watch this shit. It's so great.
Where the body's at, Eddie?
I ain't telling you nothing.
The fuck are you supposed to be?
My driver?
Look at that nose.
Lance Strider, FBI.
Get the fuck out of here. Say hi, honey.
Hi, honey.
It's against protocol for me to join you in there.
Time for you to leave my shop.
You all right?
You
Come
all
on,
right?
Let me ask you a question. I got it.
Get out of the car. We're gonna have some fun with you tonight.
You're right. That was fun.
You shot a cop.
Look around. There's no witness. There's no crime. Let's get out of here. Fucking starving. Let's go.
So great, dude.
I ain't got nothing to say to no authorities.
Hey,
I would have been fine with this trailer if it wasn't for these gay ass drums. I can't get over.
Yeah, it is annoying.
I knocked some fucking heads around and I cracked the case.
making people disappear does not solve the problem.
Shit. You've never asked a mob to, have you?
Turn the other cheek. That ain't really working, is it?
To the devil I'm fine.
They came for me. And my wife. What would you do?
I kill them all. Enemy is necessary.
Enemies, they say. Title drop.
Let's end this.
One life, live it right now.
You know,
Yep.
another thing besides the faggoty fucking drums, would it kill these guys? that if you're gonna do a movie that's supposed to be a period piece, could you at least get some music that kind of fits the fucking period?
Right?
That'd be
Instead of
nice.
modern
Yeah.
gangster rap. Yeah,
And
that's true.
some gay ass mumble rap from 2026, and you're trying to do this movie about the 50s.
Yeah, yeah. However, with all that said, Mark Wahlberg looks like he's having the time of his
Yeah.
life, dude. Watch this little clip come up. It's so perfect. It's so Marky Mark.
Can I get you some drinks?
Coffee.
How you take it?
Black.
Sounds like a bunch of retards painting during this song.
Yeah, I understand you don't like the music, but come on now, come on, Marky
Chester, what's
Mark
your
is killing
favorite
it.
Marky Mark movie? What's your favorite one? I know it's Transformers, but besides that one,
Oh, fuck off, dude. Honestly, he's kind of like Jason Statham. You know exactly what you got to get,
yeah,
and we love it. But I would say the big hit, Lou Diamond Phillips.
yeah, big fan of that one. Huh?
That's a good one, dude. I like that one.
My favorite one where it's a serious movie. He does have some comedies out there that are good too, but my favorite serious one with him is Four Brothers. I
Oh,
love that
that's a
movie.
great movie. Yeah, that's a great movie.
Yeah,
It's very good. And Chester, this looks very woke. Yeah, it probably is. I'm sure it's super woke. It's all about the black plight and white man
we're
bad.
gonna
Sure.
we're gonna get racism revenge. That's what
Yep,
it's about.
that's what it is. Sure, but that
Which
doesn't
is
mean
fine to do. Okay, you could do a revenge story. God damn it! Could you at least make it entertaining? Like I said, the premise of this sounds more 48 hours than anything. And I'm not saying that you can't do serious, but to me, that trailer, if I'd have just watched that on mute, I'd be more excited to see it.
right. Well, I don't care about anything else other than Mark Wahlberg because he looks like he's just having a great old time, dude.
Well, the other problem is they're doing the thing that they've been doing for a long time, where the black character, unless he's riffing off another black character, is allowed to have no personality. He's
Yeah,
just a stoic wall he's allowed to get kind of angry sometimes, but other than that, he's nothing. He gives you nothing. That's annoying because it's in so many movies where they have this flawless Negro who just he has no actual faults ever. It's boring. Like the reason why Mark's character is good is because he's a dick, right? He's got all kinds of faults. He's not a good man.
no, he's
You know
got a
what?
hot
You know
girlfriend
what?
though.
Yeah,
You know
that's usually how it
that
happens.
that should be a fucking movie. The flawless Negro, meet the perfect man. He still can't get a job, still can't get bitches, but flawless.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna love watching Mark doing that. Scary movie we already talked about. How to Rob a Bank it's an Antifa wet dream is what that is. Silo is
Mm.
dead on arrival. How in the hell it has season 3? I don't know.
And
Um,
it can't be an Antifa wet dream because anything involving work, we know
yeah,
Antifa's not a part.
I'm not gonna burden you guys with it, but you watch the trailer, you see what I mean, right? It's just Antifa. Is that Anthony Hopkins in a wig?
I don't think so. He's pretty old now.
He is. Let me see here. Let me watch this. Okay. Yes, handicapped people playing soccer. Fuck right off. I don't want to watch it. Okay, it's definitely all in my left ear. It's all in my left ear. What are you doing? You know, audio sync. Audio sync. No, it's not. It's gay mulatto Indian man.
No secrets.
Wow, dude, the audio in this is so busted
I'm
up.
fine, Alice.
Yeah, okay. No. Okay, no. No, 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 no. All right, let's see here. And no, fuck off. Didn't want the first one. Um, I don't know what this is. Gillian Anderson has gone so absolutely woke. We can't even. All right, this is out.
Yeah,
Let's
she
see
lost
here.
it.
Okay.
But I would love to see a movie full of handicapped dudes playing soccer, as long as they don't have to call each other slurs, because that's where the real entertainment's going to come in.
Yep.
You're gonna learn some new words and phrases, kids.
So they have a movie called Blowy. Real life stars get killed in wild horror movie. Why? That's been happening forever anyway. Vought Rising, a new spin-off, of course. Uh,
Prequel.
Lucky Strike,
You
a
know,
military movie.
those are the kind of movies that used
That
to be direct to
really?
video.
Go ahead.
That blowy thing. That's the kind of shit you back in the day. Like if you was at the video store and they had like a uh rent two movies get one free. That would be like the fucking free movie you'd get because why not?
More gay
There's
chicks
nothing
than
you would
John
take
Cena.
fucking.
Yeah. Uh, Couture, Angelina Jolie. Fuck off. Yeah, nothing. Just more crap. Lots and lots of crap. Tons and tons of crap. Yep, 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 yep. Nope. The only thing I'm going to watch is Mark Wahlberg be semi-racist and kill people. It's going to be awesome.
Your
It's going
favorite thing in the world, semi-racism.
it's going to be great. Anyway, let's take a look here at the box office. Toy
Here it
Story
is.
5. Eric has seen it. Of course, he's got a bunch of kids. He probably took his grandkids to see it. It's not very
His
good.
gaggle.
I mean,
He's got a
whatever.
gaggle,
He does.
Chester, a whole
Good for him.
gaggle.
Good
Yeah.
for him.
Nobody can call him an incel.
Yeah, no, those are both. Everything Maple Chic has said here is correct. Mark is fine.
Whoa, calm down. Don't give him that kind of power.
That's true. That was a mistake. But Eric said that basically it's just a Jesse movie. No one else is really in it hardly. Doesn't matter. It's a kids movie, and it's wow, 160 million in pocket. It's
Walking away with it.
Yeah, well, it hadn't broke even yet. We know that. But yeah, it's on track. Next weekend's going to absolutely
No,
smash.
yeah, it's going to make its money. I mean, it's Toy Story.
Yeah.
But then again, this is Disney, and look what they did to Star Wars. Holy shit.
Yeah, no, dude. It's so bad. Well, Toy Story beat it in one weekend.
So I've not seen this movie. Yeah, that's crazy. I've not seen this movie, but I've heard that it's one of these movies where basically nobody's the good guy. And I'm just like, man. I'm so tired of that. Like, I get a lot of people like that it's so nuanced. I don't know. I'm over everything being all glum.
Sure.
Right? No, everybody just loses in the end.
Yeah, but young people do seem to like it. However, $170 million in
Well,
pocket.
they're aging like, at 3 times the rate of everybody else. They probably are miserable. Holy shit. I wouldn't be surprised they have arthritis.
Still,
Well, I mean, fentanyl will.
It's just
Look at 'em.
insane. The money.
I love that for Kane. That's awesome.
It is awesome, dude. Did they pick up at all, a little bit?
Apparently, another one's already been greenlit, so they made their money. I told you that money. Amazon is making these movies. They don't really the box office is just gravy to them, right? They've already got it paid for. So yeah.
Okay.
Leviticus. It's not about. See now, a movie about the book of Leviticus. I'd watch that. That'd be fun.
I don't.
But we don't get that.
I think it's gay. It's full gay.
Of course it is.
The Death of Robin Hood automatically. Now I've seen A24 who is banging on one thing, not banging on this, right?
Yeah.
And I think the thing that is killing you, and they do have it in a lot of theaters for a very low end A24 movie. The thing that's killing you is the title. No one wants to see the death of Robin Hood. No one's interested in that. We want to see the success or.
I would like to just see Robin Hood again.
Yeah.
Maybe can we actually do it once? Try it. Just see how it feels. Put it on. Not change the story in fundamental ways all over the place and race swap everybody and make Little John a tiny man and just like weird shit that doesn't make. What are you doing? Yeah. It's a classic story for a reason. Just fucking tell it.
Yeah.
What's the problem?
There was an old man Robin Hood movie with Sean Connery. It was Robin and Marion. I can't remember the lady who played Marion, but It wasn't bad. It was all right. It was a romantic drama, really. Um, let's see. What is the Canadian saying here? Geez, is this how it feels, Sandero, when you're right and someone says so? Oh, fuck off.
Yes, that's right. That's right. Yeah. I like to make Chester say it too because he hates it, and I like that. That makes it better.
See, we got another one here. Girls like girls, do they? Because in my experience,
Eh,
women rather hate each other. Cole, 17, from rural Oregon, navigates intimacy after her mother's passing. Meeting Sonia sparks new feelings, ooh, but
there's a
self-doubt hinders their
reason.
connection.
Oh God, there's a reason why lesbians beat each other's ass more than any other group. They don't like each other
Yeah.
much. Females, they're not fans.
Yep. So this one
I,
we get to get non-white lesbian action. Nice. All right.
Awesome. Nobody will
All
watch it
right.
then.
A lot of movies this weekend, though. A lot of movies. Greg Allman,
It's
a
summertime. We're
rockumentary.
there.
Yeah.
I would watch Greg Allman.
It's just a
How's
rockumentary.
how's Mario doing? Yeah, I know it broke $1 billion. They still got it out there in the theaters. It looks like.
I'll go check here in a second.
Oh
Maddie's
boy, a
Secret was in
food
one
in.
theater.
Oh
Okay.
boy, look at that. That did pretty good for one theater. That's not terrible.
It's not terrible, but it's a food influencer secretly struggles with bulimia. Of course she does. And she navigates online fame, close friendships, and a painful past. I used
Oh
to be
boy,
really fat. Now I'm only kind
you
of
know the
fat.
painful past is penis. It's always penis. It's always she took too many penises or the wrong guy's penis for too long.
That's a
That's
black
women's
lady.
painful past
It
in
might be
most realities.
might be
You know what?
vagina.
I wanted a painful pass where it is penis, but it was just that it was too fucking big.
Yeah, yeah, that's right.
Man,
It was
she was fucking with one of them
it,
damn
Man,
Africans.
they still got it going though. I'm surprised. I'm surprised they haven't pulled it by now. It's only made a few
yeah,
million the last couple weeks.
might let it stay as long as it keeps pumping, right? Um, 3 theaters, that's excellent money.
Wow.
It's excellent
Wait a
money.
minute.
Well,
I got,
that's got to be 3 domestic theaters. Yeah, that has to be
I'm sure.
because there ain't no way that's 3 global.
No,
I have another idea.
Maybe it's in its country. Go ahead.
You can make a movie called Painful Pass,
Oh no.
where a white girl is dating an Asian man,
Uh-huh.
and she has to tell him her previous boyfriend was an African dude.
Oh no.
Uh-huh. You do
Oh.
realize that most African men are not particularly large, right?
He's from Sudan.
It's called the urban myth.
He's
Well,
from Sudan.
Congo would be the better choice. Yeah, dumb. I don't give a shit about this. Unidentified. Uh-oh, it's a
Don't
Muslim.
ruin the racism when I got something going, Chester.
I'm sorry. Um, so it's a Muslim movie. It's 95 theaters, only 15. That's not good, dude.
Oof. Oof.
It's really bad. And last but certainly not least, we have
Everywhere, man.
Peter Ashner, Everywhere Man. The Extraordinary Life of Peter Ashner. Never heard of him. Pop star, producer, manager, and confidant to legends such as Paul McCartney, James Taylor, and Linda Ronstadt. Okay. Behind the scenes, dude. Didn't make any money at all. You know
Nobody
why?
cares.
Because no one cares. That's right. Who cares about the behind the scenes, dude? No one cares, right? Where's the rockumentary on Burke Bacharach? Where is it? I'm waiting.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know, because he's written a lot of the hits you've listened to, but no one cares because his name is Burt Bacharach. I'm gonna fuck off, right?
Listen, that's a good name. That's a strong name, Chester.
Okay. But in second place, interestingly, is Disclosure Day.
Yeah.
It's wickedly bombed because 80 million, and you know it's nowhere near what they spent on a Spielberg movie.
Yes.
But this movie has been so thoroughly trounced. Everybody hates this movie, and I'm like, could it really be that bad? It's a Spielberg. Could it really be that bad?
Yes. When was the last time Spielberg made anything that was any good?
Yeah, but I mean, it's at least okay. Like BFG wasn't great, but it was watchable, dude.
I would say is Saving
Super
Private
8?
Ryan.
Oh well,
No,
that was
not
awful.
even that. Yeah.
Not
I'm
even
talking
Super 8.
Spielberg level good.
Yeah, no. Saving Private Ryan is one of the most amazing movies. That first 20 minutes opening of
Is the
that
greatest
movie
cinema
is
of all time.
ridiculous. It's
Yeah, it's
ridiculous.
ridiculous.
You can't even breathe.
Right.
It's so
Now
well
imagine
done.
living it. Them
Yeah, no,
crazy
right.
sons of
Well,
bitches.
the interesting thing, there are a couple channels I watch for military history, right? Yeah, of course. And a couple of those channels actually covered that movie, not only with the historians that do the channel, but
Right.
actually talking to people who were there at the time, and going over it. It's shocking how accurate that is, and amongst military movie critics, it's considered the most accurate war movie of all time.
Yep.
That and Band of Brothers is the
Yep.
top two, right? And I know it felt real, and all the little details, not just with clothing, but with equipment and so many details it had in there. It was really they really took their time, a lot of love when it is something so horrific. But and the funny thing about Saving Private Ryan, that is actually something that the American military would do because
Yes.
we didn't want to see every son of a family lost. We actually did do that. That's not complete Hollywood fiction. It's real,
Right.
you know. And it just kind of adds into the mystique of America because, we are the ones who changed how war was done, right?
Yep.
Um, we are the people who is like, yeah, no, we're not going to bomb civilians. We're not going to rape and pillage. We're not going to do that. We're going to stop that. So many of the code of conduct that we have today is coming from the Americans, even though the British love to say they did shit, which they didn't, right? Um,
Right.
but the Saving Private Ryan is an amazing movie. And just to finish out with that and the fact that I mentioned Britain again, I fully endorse the idea of America sending its military into Britain, conquer it, and fix it. Please.
Yep. I agree. Uh, it's funny because people were Chester. You know the movie The Water Boy, right? Adam Sandler movie. Seen that with
Hmm.
that Fruza Balk lady? She plays his crazy girlfriend or whatever.
Yeah.
And there's a scene where he's taking his GED and she holds up a sign at the window and asks if they want me to kill him because she's crazy. She's completely fucking insane.
She is.
And he's like, no, of course not. But there's people out there like this is every British patriot right now too, or this is every American patriot to the British patriots right now with a sign in the window. You want us to kill? You want me to kill him for you? We'll come do it. And they're like, not yet, not yet. I do wholeheartedly think that the only way out for the British people, if they can't find it in them to physically revolt, which doesn't seem they can, sadly. They're getting there though. It seems is we're gonna have to go save it. We gotta clean up our mess a little bit more first, but that's Papa over there. We can't let them fall
It's
to
Grandpa. Yeah, we gotta deal with that.
Islamo-fascism. We can't
Yes.
let that happen. We can't let the Muslims get control because then they get their nukes, and we're not doing that. We're not letting that happen. So
Yeah.
yeah, we need to do something.
Seeing as you brought Vicky Valancourt into the conversation, that is your
Mhm.
responsibility. You did that. That means we do have to speak about Firuza Balk.
Yeah.
I know the weirdest goddamn name at all, and she was almost a one-hit wonder. She had what, two movies?
Oh,
But
she had more than that. She was in that time frame. She bumped out a bunch, but I mean that was
yeah, but
about it. She had
that
like a 4-year run.
Water Boy and the Craft. That's where people know her from.
Yeah, those are her
Um,
two main ones. Yeah,
Now,
for
to
sure.
be fair, she did not age well.
Well, I mean, look at her.
I
She doesn't
I
have the
kind of
jawbone, the jaw structure.
I kind of think there's heroin involved, but nevertheless,
Doesn't
um,
help.
back in that day when she was Vicky Valancourt,
You like the crazy ones, do you?
oh dude,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. He likes the
that
crazy
that's
ones.
a hottie, little hottie right there.
Likes some crazy bitches.
You didn't think she was that kind of
I've never
sexy
found
chick?
her particularly attractive. No, I'm not
She's not
saying she looks
pretty.
like she looks like she'd be a good sport fuck. We'll
Yeah,
call
yeah,
it.
yeah, 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 yeah. There's the word.
Yeah,
Thank you. There's the
yeah.
word.
Yeah, I'm not saying I date the crazy bitch. No. You're not taking that home to Baba, which is kind of the point of her character.
It
But
is perfect.
yeah.
Yeah.
And of course, Bobby doesn't understand these things at all because,
No.
he's a very
No.
sheltered, half retarded man.
Sports fuck is the correct word for her.
Yeah.
Her and like Mila Jovovich. There's a whole bunch of them
Yeah.
that fall into
Well,
that
Mila's
sports
a
fuck.
good girl, though. You can't.
She
What's
is.
she ever done wrong?
Yeah. And I'm not saying that she's not, but that's not what I mean. It's not long term girl. That's just like,
Yeah.
give me her for a weekend. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Let's see what she's made of.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I'll put her to the test, baby.
I
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah. Well, I do have a little bit of experience with that. A little bit.
With crazy stripper bitches, we know. We're aware.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Well, I mean, you got to up your game, brother.
Strippers are not up in your game, Chester. Strippers are the lowest possible game. What are we talking about?
No. That's not what I mean. I'm not talking about Mary game. I'm talking about you want to get that girl shivering. You want to get her
Well, yeah,
shivering.
that's easy.
No, that's a challenge. Those stripper girls, they got a lot of pipe going through those veins.
They got miles of pipe.
They do.
They've been laying.
You got to bring that shit. You got to bring it. You got to be focused.
Well, for a lot of them, you're not going to be able to do it with the pipe, right?
Oh,
you're gonna need the other skills.
No.
We'll call it.
I am more than capable with the pipe. Yep.
Oh God.
100%.
All right, Palmer Kaiju.
I'm just telling you, dude. There's benefits to being a giant person. That's all I'm
Being a large man.
We're gonna leave it there, right?
This
Because
guy.
normal girls are no challenge at all. But that Vicky Valancourt, hell yeah,
Have some good times with her, you think?
yeah, I think so. And then you forget her name and her phone number. But anyway,
And hope to God she does too.
those kind of girls usually do. Those are floaters. Yes.
Yeah.
It's a good thing about those girls. They literally have no interest in anything else. They're not knocking on your door. They're not looking for anything. They just want a sports fuck.
And then they move on.
Yeah, they do. Although sometimes there's a few that lasted a little bit of a while because it just was a good fit. But eventually they're crazy bitches and you're not. So,
Right.
you move on. Yeah. Anyway, that's all I got for today. Grimlock, why don't you give your final word to the folks and encourage them? Give them a little bit of hope on Daddy's Day.
Well, I will give much praise due to all the fathers out there.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all rarely get any fucking due, any praise. So the fact that you even still have a day should not be, squandered. So if there's a dude out there who has been doing his job and doing his job thanklessly for these decades, give the man a pat on the back and some cake, and remind him that it
that
wasn't.
is fair. That is fair. Yeah, that's good, dude. And all you deadbeat dads, fuck you.
Fuck them.
Fuck them. Yeah. Take some responsibility. You don't need to deal with a woman, but the kid, that's your responsibility, dude. Get at it. Anything else, Grimlock?
Yeah, this Friday, John Byrne's X-Men Elfwin is coming out. Finally, you'll have an X-Men book worth reading again for the first time in 6 years.
Is that the one that crazy bitch tried to cancel? She tried to get that book canceled. What was her name? The little girl they based the Gwen Stacy on Spider Gwen.
Heather Antos, that talentless fellow.
Is that the guy that she was trying to cancel? I saw her little headline. I didn't read it.
Yes, that was her.
Go check it. What's it called again?
You bitch.
Elfwind. It comes out this Friday. It is being published.
Elfwind?
Elfwind.
Elfwind. Oh, that's interesting.
Yes, it is. It is published by Abrams Arts, the people who did Fantastic Four Full Circle. So if there's anybody out there who's like, I'm not giving Marvel any money. Don't worry. Marvel ain't getting Abrams' art is. So
It's good to hear. So Disney is starting to offset all their comic book stuff to outside sources, huh?
that was already, but they already
I
had
know.
done that with
Yeah, but it was like mainly like IDW, right?
IDW did some stuff, but nothing major.
Yeah, I think Image had something too, didn't they?
Image, I don't know.
I don't know. I know
And
IDW did, but yeah.
and speaking of Transformers, still good.
Yep. Shocking that a transforming robot is still good, but there it is.
Somehow.
Mm-hmm. Never. Well, thank you very much, Grimlock. All right, guys. Do keep in mind, a couple days we're going to continue with Puffin's little game, Feral, and of course, we have drone recorded this weekend. Come on back for that. We'll have some fun. But other than that, Thundero, take us out of here, man.
Let's get out of here. Happy Father's Day to all the daddies out there. I hope you got, I hope you got a steak and a blowjob today. You deserve it. You deserve it, gentlemen. I'm not even a father, and I got one of those, Chester. It was a good day.
Yeah.
Minus why I was late. That's a whole story. We'll get into that another time. Regardless, happy Father's Day to all you daddies out there. I hope you had a good day, genuinely. No bullshit. All bullshit aside. I'm going to do Chester's favorite one because it's apt for fathers. The master is not the one who completes his training. The master is the one who never stops. Your father should have been the one to teach you that.
Namaste. And yes, I did have Father's Day yesterday, and I had to be a little bit ninja-like because my daughter was about. Damn it.
Ah, yes.
Later.